We're going live. We are going live. So you be quiet. I have Brad there on the other line, and he's kind of holding me from going live. But we are live right now. So good evening, guys. Welcome to. I got to make sure that I'm actually muted on the other side. Yes, I am. Because the video was starting, I wanted to make sure I wasn't doing like a newbie mistake. We have Brad with us. How are you doing, Brad?
Fine for the most part. What about you?
Cool. How's the weather where you are?
Cold. We're getting into single and low double digits.
That's not good.
No.
I'll pop out the chat. Pop up chat and bring it in front of me. So 12 days of Christmas. So how many days are left to Christmas, Brad?
What's the 12th? A couple of weeks. About 13 days.
That's about right. Hey, Jim's RC, GM's RC, how you doing? It's probably Jim, right? GM, that's why you put GMRC. What's the J and M stands for? That's what I'd like to know. Hey, JP Slayer, how you doing? JP Slayer saying, good evening, Tank and Brad.
Hello, JP.
I didn't send the invite to everybody. Hopefully I did. I'm just checking right now to see if I actually did or not. I did send, hit the send button. Yes, I did. Good. So this is RC Talk, 12 Days of Christmas, Part 2. So for people that don't know what Part 2 means, it's Part 2. So tonight we're just gonna chit-chat about RC, chit-chat about some stuff, and talk about the giveaway that I'm gonna have next week. So next week we're giving a Tamiya kit, and Brad is very excited and he wants to win it. Right, Brad?
Yes. Is it going to be the black edition or the yellow edition?
Well, people don't know which one it is yet. I haven't said that. You're the only one that I've told offline what it might be, but now you've gave a pretty good hint of what it might be.
Well, there's other vehicles like that.
There is, but yellow edition, black edition, there's not too many of them. Well, which other kit comes as a black edition and yellow edition? RC Basher Boy. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, how you doing? AZ Froggies RC. How you doing?
I want to ask them if any of them have seen that commercial with the Arma in it. The Arma Phazon in it.
Yeah, Brad said he saw a McDonald's commercial with a Arma Phazon. I guess they're doing McDonald's and then they walk in front of the hobby shop, or they see somebody coming out of the hobby shop with a Arma Phazon.
Yeah, well, when the commercial starts, you see them walk into the building, but you only see the doors behind them, and in the pedestal in the middle, you see the Arma Phazon on the pedestal, and I think it's a green one, and it says Arma on it, and it says the Phazon name on it, and then they walk out, they go get something to eat, and they see another couple walk out with that car, and they run to see if they can get more, it seems, to see if there's any more left, and go in there and they get one for themselves.
Cool.
I thought that was kind of interesting that commercial showed that.
I have not seen that, but I will keep an eye out for it.
Does anybody else see?
That's probably in the States that you are in the States, so it's a state commercial, the channel you were watching. Bullgear C, how you doing? Bullgear's in the house. You guys better make sure you're all there next Thursday because, well, I'm glad you're here now, but next Thursday for our C Talk, because we're giving up a Tamiya kit from 110 Hobbies. Let me take a glass of water and I'll be right with you. I'm trying to be nice and not drink out of a bottled water. So I put that in my bottle here instead of a glass like that. I can't make a mess. And be environmentally responsible, like that that little girl of the year won't say, "How dare you? How dare you do that to my planet?"
Thornburg is her name.
Greta. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. So no one answered if they saw that commercial yet.
AZ Froggies RC says he hasn't, but I only watch certain things on regular TV.
Well, I recorded a regular channel with the show that I like to watch, and they showed it in its commercial lineup for that show.
Okay. There you go, Bill GRC. Be there next week. We're giving a kit. He says he didn't know, and he says he's never had a Tamiya kit. So you might be happy with this one. So
one of the most popular, actually.
Yeah. So and it's fun. It's really fun to build a Tamiya kit. You can get the pro build one that are pre manufacturers. I've actually bought one of those, and it's that one right there, the La Ferrari. I actually bought that for my kid. It was on special, so picked it all up. It was all built. It was really good special. It was actually almost the price of the kit that you actually built, so it was good.
Hey, Sean. Yeah, and there's lots of hop-ups and aftermarket hop-ups that aren't necessarily from Tamiya for that particular vehicle.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, I hope you're not using your laptop tonight.
No, but when I Zoom, I can use my phone, no problem. But if it's StreamYard, I have to use my laptop, like so.
Oh yeah, the phone does not like StreamYard?
No, for some reason it just keeps breaking up and breaking out. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I literally just got home from work, like so. I just said I'll pop in for a little bit. So,
Gem City Outlaw, how you doing? Gem City's been here once or twice.
Hey, what's up, Brad?
Hey, did you see that new McDonald's commercial that shows an Arma Phazon in it?
Oh yeah, the one with our run
Yep.
around for Christmas.
That was pretty interesting to see that, wasn't it?
It was it was a Horizon or something on it.
No, it said Arma on it. It said Arma on the box like it did for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it showed the box. Wasn't it a green one, Sean?
Yeah, it was a Horizon box. No, it was a Horizon Hobbies box.
But it also said Arma on it, the emblem for Arma.
Yeah, probably because I think Arma is
Yeah.
distributed by Horizon, aren't they?
I wonder how much they paid to be in that McDonald's commercial to advertise that.
Yeah, I'm not
Don't
sure.
know.
I don't know.
But here's Gem City Outlaws YouTube channel. 114 subscribers. If you guys can go hit him up for more subs, that would be great. I'll put his link there, but he is in the chat right now. And go hit him up. And he's got a lot of fun little videos, and he's got a red cat crawler there.
Yeah, he has. He's got some good videos in there, like so.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an inside view with the camera behind under the body showing out the windshield.
Yeah.
I like when people do that. That's cool. It gives you what a perspective is when you drive a car.
Yeah, it's a fun view.
I'm trying to see if I can pull the chat.
He's got a Gen 7. He's got a Gen 7 pulling 25 pounds of brick. Cool. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Well, he really put a low torque motor in that to do that.
So there's a bunch of I don't know what he did. Go check him out. About, what does he have in the about section? Man, my
Hey, he has
computer's
the Maya
slow
in there.
tonight. Nothing on this channel for children.
lot of people are saying this is for 14 and up, that they've
Yeah.
been putting that in their headlines.
This is an adult RC channel. RC crawling, mod, bogging, trailing. Cool. And featured channel, he's got Tevin Calbert, RC Hampton, Slow Smashing, Almed RC, 914, Fun Family, Box Steve,
Oh, Sluicebox Steve.
yeah, Peter Schreepel, Aussie Off-Roader, and the Palmer Square. Oh man, I'm not in there. I guess I'm gonna have to work harder for me to be into his featured
Sluicebox
channel.
hasn't talked to us in a while.
Yeah, that's true. I should do that and go see all the subs and see who's got me as a featured channel. That'd be kind of cool. I know I'm on a couple of them. But hey, I'm just a guy like you guys having fun on YouTube. So
Yeah, that's it.
did you get your chap up, Sean?
Yeah, I just got it up. I actually just realized I'm logged in under my son's one on the computer. So
Oh, when you're gonna chat, nobody's gonna recognize you.
yeah, that's it.
So that's okay.
Oh.
So we'll just do a quick advertisement right quick, since and waiting for people to come in. Me and 110 Hobbies, especially 110 Hobbies, he's putting up the biggest part of this. They're a hobby store here in the area in Pembroke. They do have an online store. Just type 110hobbies.com. And you can actually hit the shop button and go see what he's got. It's kind of cool the way he's got it under categories. You can shop for 110 tires, well, pretty much anything you want. He does have a category just for kits also. You can have beefy tubes, bodies, pretty much a lot of things. And if you send him an email, you're looking for an old part tree or just a part on a part tree, email him, because he's got like thousands and thousands of part trees used from other kits that he keeps.
It looks like he's got a big hobby store with all that.
Used parts. So give him a call if you need him. Yeah, it's kind of cool that it's got that. But like when you scroll down here, you can have the Tamiya kits. You can have Tamiya. Here's a associated ready run. So it's really nice little website that's well made, and they also have a Facebook account, which is 110 Hobbies, and he's just extended his hours for the holidays, updated Christmas hours.
Do you ever go there by appointment, Frank?
No, I went there once. It's a nice place. It's a nice store. I actually took his camera and did a live video because he was doing a live giveaway for a truck. So I was the guy behind the camera and talking, and while he was doing the thing on the computer. So here's a sticker draw. He was doing a TR6 sticker draw. And
Looks like he's got a big place.
It is quite a nice big place. Wonder how this video is going to show. We'll mute this, but let's see how this video plays since I'm streaming and I'm trying to play the video. Come on, you can do it.
We got even got a bench there.
I got it. Yeah, he's got a bench from a camper.
And an air conditioner.
Of course, got to keep the place cool. It's actually a garage. But see all these bins here on the ground? These are all parts. I'm just showing off all the garage, the hobby shop right now, all the way around. He's got a lot of used parts, used servos and used stuff. But here's a truck that we gave away that day. It was a sticker draw. And there he is. He's the owner of the store. And there's Mini Me on the counter.
Are you serious? Who made the mini me?
I brought well, wrestler, manager, and I actually modeled his face and things like that. So I'm just talking about the truck, and then come on.
A lot of people
I
like
want
that
to
new
fast forward the
color.
video.
Hey, what's
So
up,
there's
Tony?
all the bins. These bins are full of old RC parts. So you're looking for
Tamiya.
something SCX10, you take the bin, you dump it here in the thing, and I'll be talking about that in this video. And it's really neat and cool.
Does he have
So,
old Maya parts too?
oh yeah, he's got old Tamiya parts.
Kyosho parts.
Yeah. And he's got Hot Wheels. So he's got lots of stuff. Go check him out. Go check the video. It's going to be a way better quality for you guys on Facebook. So
Is he live near you?
he's about an hour and 45 minutes away from me.
The store is an hour and a half from you.
Yeah, an hour and 45 minutes.
So he's what? Is he south of Ottawa?
He's west.
West of Ottawa.
Yeah.
I had no idea where any of that is. So
Okay.
It's way up there. It's pretty.
It's way
far
up north.
there,
Way up
Ontario.
north where it's nice and cold.
oh yeah, way up with the polar bears.
Yeah. We live in igloos here. Didn't you know that?
What? You live what?
We live in igloos. Igloos.
Hey, what's
Oh.
up, particle man?
Hey, Particle Man, how you doing?
Tony's in the house as well.
Hey, Tony. I think you're on an email list. You should have got an email to jump in. I know you jump in a little later also. It's all good. Dual 55T. What is Gem City talking about? He's talking about a truck here, I think.
That's is that not the dually, the Cross RC? They're dually, no?
Might be.
No, I hear was it the SD4 at the Habao the Habao crawler is pretty decent.
The Habao crawler.
Yeah, I think it's called the SD4 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I see RC Propaganda, he done an off he got himself a Gen 8. The new
An X?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
We'll
I got two RCs. I'll probably talk about one next week. But I got two. One for my birthday, which is coming up on the 14th of December, which I got one for my birthday, which is on the 14th. So I'll be getting it soon, but I did get it already, but I'll show it on my birthday, which is Saturday. And then I got another one for Christmas. So I actually got myself two RCs this year for the holidays.
What was the one for your birthday?
Nice.
For my birthday, you'll find out on my birthday. You'll find out on Saturday. I'll probably do a live stream.
This Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday, Frank.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. 20
I
years.
was born in 65, so you guys do the math how old I am. I'm not going to say it, but
50
do the math.
years old, 55 years old.
No, I was born in 65.
Yeah,
So-
my brother's 4 years older than me. He was born the same year, but he was born in.
So you're 11 years older than me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
He's only like 4 years older than me. So 54.
Particle Man Sean, your Como looks great.
Yeah, that's the second generation Komodo he's talking
Oh,
about. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I remember you getting that when it was second gen.
It's actually a really awesome truck. Like, so it is.
Does it have optional portal axles you can buy for it, Sean?
No.
Oh.
Doesn't need them. The thing's a beast. I'm
must-
like,
It must be doing all that that type of, you know how when you have the portal axles, it does different drive ratio. I assume the drive ratio is different in the
Yeah,
transmission to give you the same
I-
effect.
yeah, but I don't like I wouldn't like every truck to have portal axles because then it just takes the fun out of driving. Like that's why
It does.
even when I drive two trucks, sometimes that's why I like taking a TRX4 and an SCX10. Because then, even though you're trying to go over the same bed of rock, you had to take a different line into the rock because the portals will clear something on it where the pumpkin of the SCX10 won't, and vice versa. There's times you have to take a different way with a TRX4 because the SCX will do stuff the TRX4 won't do as well.
True.
Do you have a
True.
TRX6 yet?
No, I don't want one either.
Are you going to get an axial 6-wheel drive then?
I don't know. I might was thinking about it and turning it into a wrecker truck or something.
A record.
I
Yeah.
know-
There's a lot of people
I-
doing it.
I know that there's aftermarket parts for the axial to have portal axles, so I assume you could do the same thing to the 6-wheel drive.
I just said I don't really like everything having portal
Yeah, I
axles.
know. I'm just saying you could do that. You could technically do that.
Portal axles aren't the be all and end all. Like a lot of people forget, G-Made were actually the first RC out there with portal axles.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
came out in their like spider type rock crawler, the G1 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But then there's that one where it locks up the rear where you can turn really good with the front, or the front. I forgot the word they call that.
Well, it's a
Or
dig.
eggs.
Yeah, where it stops the rear axle, but you're kind of like
Yeah, it's called a dig.
getting a tighter turn by having the lock back and front turns
Yes.
over.
It's called a dig. Yes, it's
I
called
dig it. Yeah, I dig it.
I have it on my SCX10.
Oh, you
And
put a
before
dig
you
in.
ask, Sean, I have not done anything on this yet. Since
Why
the last
not?
time.
Why is it still not?
It's
What's
still,
it going to be for the winter project or something?
well, it's probably going to be between Christmas and New Year. Ever since the vacation, I have been so swamped and so busy working on a multi-million project at work. And then there's a whole other project that are coming, and just like I've been swamped. And
Yeah,
that
it's all.
coming
It's
down
always.
here.
Yeah, it's always a way. It's either a feast or a famine.
Yeah.
Same with
it's-
me, like because as last 2 weeks I've been working Saturdays and everything. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and I've been working a couple Saturdays also and Sundays. Like
Yeah.
Saturday a long time, then Sunday I went half a day. Like it's just nonstop. We were 2 weeks or 3 weeks late putting up our Christmas tree. We just put up our Christmas tree last weekend. Like we never do that in December. Usually, way before December, our tree's up.
Yeah, yeah. Normally it's
So-
up way before that. It
Is
is
it
a
a real tree? Is it a
but
real
it-
tree? Or-
It is a fake tree.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you do a lot of IT stuff, thanking it for like an IT company.
It is some IT stuff. There is some network stuff now in audio visual, but it's more for AV, like a projector in the ceiling, a display on the wall, the audio that goes around it, video conferencing, audio conferencing.
Yeah, yeah. See, yeah, because I deal with a lot of that because I do a lot of the lecture theaters for like Columbia University and stuff.
Okay.
And we had to put all of that stuff in, but it's got crazy now because most of the stuff we put in now, we have to put in cameras as well because there's so much online courses.
Yes.
So even though
yes.
there's people sitting in the class, there's actually people logging into that same class online. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are doing that now. It's doing virtual classes and more people listening to what's going on and like off-site. It's fun and crazy.
Yeah, it is. Like building them is fun. Like each one's different. Like
Mm.
they're so worried about the acoustics and the angles of the projectors and the screens, and it's cool though.
Steve-O is asking if I put portals on my Christmas tree. That's a good idea. That's a very good. I think I'll do that. I do have a set of Red Cat portals here that are fully built, spare set. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to hang it on the tree and do a video and say, Merry Christmas. And
Oh, I thought maybe you were gonna put it under the tree so you can move it.
no, I'll just hang it. I'll take ropes and I'll hang it. I might even hang the whole kit car, or maybe a
Well,
couple trees.
It'll topple your tree.
No,
Not if it's tied.
that's it. Did you never do anything with them portal axles? No.
No, they're still in the box. I still want to build that military truck.
Yeah.
I just haven't had time to go see Chris from GCM Racing because he's got so much machinery there, and I want him to do a special frame to extend the front and the rear. Because what I
Yeah.
want to do is extend the frame at the rear and extend the frame at the front also, and actually put the portals there in the front and the rear. Like that, everything in the center is going to stay the same.
So
That's
you know
very
the
cool.
guy.
What's that?
Oh, I'm-
What's that, Brad?
I didn't know you knew GMC. I thought there's a couple of guys in that.
GCM Racing? Yeah, I know Chris very well. I've been on a lot of his videos, and even a lot on his video and at his place, showing off some stuff and doing videos with him.
I thought there was another guy he does it with too, and I thought.
Yeah.
I also I also know they made their own RC car to sell.
Yes, they do. All the GCM kits, the Cross Canyon and all that. That's what my farm truck is.
Hey, what's up, Toga?
Toga's there. Hey, Toga, how you doing?
So
Art McMaster, how's things?
so do they sell to the United States too?
Yes, they actually have a United States truck. It's called tinytrucks.com.
Yeah, they sell all over the place. They were
Yeah.
at
In France
even-
and Europe, they're everywhere.
because
Their trucks.
they were at the Belgium G6 there
Yeah.
and everything, like, so.
They're good trucks, I assume.
Oh yeah, they're very good bulletproof truck, and they've. If you want something scale and that look scale and that run scales, like with the leaf springs and all that, they do have the links also. They have some truck with the links. You can build it the way you want. Like you can. It's really nice what they do.
How much are their kits? States dollar
More
wise.
expensive than an Axial or even a Traxxas.
Yeah.
We're talking $700 range.
Yes.
Team Vega, what's up?
You're looking at a kit, just a kit, not the body, not the electronics, not the tires, just a kit with the transmission. You're looking about $700 to $800.
And what type of metals do they use for it?
Aluminum, some metal, but a lot of aluminum, and everything is machined here in Canada.
So they have non-portal and portal axle ones, I would assume too.
You can put any axles you want on it. You can buy a portal axle, put it on it. Usually the portals you get for them are the ones from Shapeways.
And how I didn't know they made portal axles, Shapeways.
Well, no. I said you can. I didn't say Shapeways made portals. I said you can put any ones, even portals.
Okay.
But usually the axle that goes under it are from Shapeways, but those are not portals. In the tank and my Winnebago is all made with GCM part. It's the new C-Max chassis with the transmission.
Does it have do they have multiple gear transmissions too?
No.
You know, like 2 or 3 speeds?
Well, multiple gears, yes, but shifting, no shifting.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I wish I knew how to use half of that stuff. Like, 'cause I just finished building a cool big maker space, they call it, in Colombia,
Okay.
where it's all lathes, water jets, 3D printers, and they told me anytime, even if you want to come in and use it the weekends or anything, they give me a pass to come in and use it anytime I want. I have no idea how to fucking use the machinery though. You know, it's crazy.
RC Mask Master, he says he's glad we're on tonight. We're on every Thursday night, and Steve-O is on Friday nights. But every Thursday night at 9:30, we're on. And if you're bored and you have nothing to do, jump on. Here's the link in the chat. Jump in here, click the link. It'll pop up a window, and you can join in and chat with us live on video.
And we have a giveaway next Thursday with 1/10 hobbies, right?
Yes, 110 Hobbies.
Are you giving away something, Brad? Yeah.
No, I'm just reiterating it for Frank. In case Mass Masters got on after he mentioned it.
Yeah.
Brad is giving away.
Yeah, I wish I had that ability, but I don't.
RC McMaster says I don't see a schedule posted.
Yeah, YouTube has changed their ways of posting live videos and all that. So it might be hard for me to pre-post that I'm going to be on like in a few hours or whatever, like I do sometime. It's in the morning on Thursday, I post that I'm going to be on like that. You do get a warning. It might be harder for me to do now because they're changing a lot of stuff. And a lot of ways we actually post video on YouTube. So it might be that I just come on, just like I did tonight, and you won't see the warning. The only way you're going to get the warning is if you hit that bell on the bottom. If you hit that bell on the bottom, you'll get the warning that I'm going live. But you can count that unless I'm sick, but I will publish a video saying I'm not coming out tonight. But Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we come on and chat. Right, Sean?
Yep, it is indeed. So what is everybody in the chat getting for Christmas? What RCs are they getting? I wonder. I'll pick
What
up.
RCs are you getting for Christmas?
Yeah.
Me, for my birthday, I got a.
Well, we'll see on Saturday. So.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think I'll pick up the new Gen 8 next week. My hobby store will have it in.
Oh yeah.
The act.
Yeah, the X. And then I sent a list of about 5 or 6 trucks to my wife for Christmas. So I'll see what one she picks out of them. So.
Wow, I hope she has the money to get you 5 different, 5, 6
No,
different.
I sent her 5 different vehicles. So I'll see which one she picks out of the 5.
So for Christmas, I got from birthday. Sorry to cut you out, but for my birthday, I got a Kyosho. I'm not going to say what Kyosho I got, but you guys might see it on Saturday.
The nice
General
Lee. Tony says I don't get RCs for Christmas. Every week is like Christmas in your house, Tony. So it is.
He gets RC any other day but Christmas. Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas is his day off.
AJM. Jim. So,
AJM.
So Frank, have you had a Kyosho before? Because I don't remember if you ever had a Kyosho before.
The only Kyosho I had was a Kyosho Mini.
Hey, what's up, Toga? JMRC, what's up?
How you doing? Just switching over here.
I hope I get a RC for my friend this year, but I don't know if he's going to.
Yeah, Tony has a point there. Tank, look at that wall behind you. Right.
There's a lot of wires hanging around there, Tuga.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Innovation RC said, going to be given this year instead of buying for myself. Good man. Congratulations.
So Sean, we're the only ones that saw that McDonald's commercial with the Arma and Horizon Hobby box with the truck on it.
Yeah. It was a weird ad. I was like, wow, that's because it started off with the couple going around stores looking for this RC, and then they went to the McDonald's store. So.
I want to know if Horizon paid to be in that hobby and in that commercial.
Well, of course they did. McDonald's and Horizon probably split the cost of the commercial.
That was clever. I think it's the first national video they've ever done.
Yeah, probably
for on TV. It looks like they're trying to push the 2-wheel drives like I have because maybe they're not selling a lot.
Agreed, Mass Master. It is hard when you have kids, but you know what? I gotta enjoy some of the money I earn. So.
My wife just came by and said goodbye, and I told her, be careful not to trip on your way here because there's a lot of stuff on the ground everywhere. And she goes, how many days are you getting off between Christmas and New Year's? I go, I don't know why. She goes, I'm going to lock you down here. So, hey, I'm all set. I'm going to be locked down here.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
That's a great place to be locked.
She
Yeah.
wants me to clean up the mess that's down here, though. That's what she wants me to do while I'm locked down here.
Sounds like
That's
more
what,
shelves, Frank. Sounds like you need more shelves.
Yeah, too much shit on the ground. I need more shelves.
Or cabinets, maybe even a cabinet.
Well, I want to take over. I got an office that I used to do video production that's in front of me. I want to clean that up, put those rack in there and put some stuff. And here on this side is going to be my build station. And on the other side is going to be where I'm going to do my broadcast. And it's just more of a
Right.
storage place. So it's going to give me more room.
Sort of what RC Kicks did. He
No.
rearranged his place.
there wasn't that. Those spring rolls are in there.
Sprinkles. He was talking about sprinkles. What's going on? His daughter's
think
looking
so.
for sprinkles, or is it his wife looking for sprinkles?
I think Sean's been eating someone's sprinkles.
Yeah, something like that.
Ice cream or pastries.
No, it might be for them later on tonight. I don't know.
He's smiling because he's like, they're thinking of what I'm having.
It actually wasn't sprinkles, it was spring rolls. But I
Oh,
just
spring rolls. Okay.
Spring rolls.
yeah.
You're having dinner.
Huh?
You're having Chinese for dinner.
No Thai.
They have spring rolls too. Any Asian Oriental stuff.
Well, the wife just said have a awesome for dinner because I had it all. So.
Hey, what are you working on, John? What's John working on?
In the process of changing out a fan motor I broke on the Max.
Ah, the only thing we could see is you leaning back and
Yeah.
seeing the top of your head.
Yeah, for some lovely reason, I did this to the top of the ESC fan. See a crack in it?
How the heck did you manage that?
The battery popped loose out of the holder.
That'll do it.
Bashed the top of it and come flying out of it when I was bashing it.
You must have been going full speed for it to pop out and hit it like that and break it.
I was doing all kinds of things. I was backflipping it. I was at a skate park with it.
Oh,
Now
skate
you're gonna
park.
have to worry about being more careful so you don't have to worry about that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an expensive mistake. Or potentially devastating to the vehicle.
Hey, Happy Lux, how you doing? Looks
Yeah.
like Particle Man wants to get out tomorrow and do a video of his new build. Cool.
Did you build that TSO 50 back there? The Toyota?
Which build?
The one behind you, the prototype Le Mans racer.
Which one is this?
Right behind your head, straight behind your head, Frank.
Oh, that's the Tonka. Oh,
That
right.
one?
Toyota, the hybrid Toyota prototype. Yes,
Oh.
that one.
What about it?
Did you build it yet?
You mean the kit that's in the box that's
Yeah.
still in the
It
box?
could be the box, but not the car. So that's what
No,
I'm
it's
trying
still
to
in the
do.
box. I have not built it yet. That's another kit I got to build. So I'm going to get a whole bunch of different kit to build.
Well, Net Cruiser built that, and so did Steve-O. So obviously, it's a pretty good kit. So
Is that the one from Denali? Think is it?
Yes, that's the one from Steve O'D's and Denali's channel, the one I won.
Oh,
Wait.
But before I start that, I want to finish my TTO2 that I'm cutting in half, stretching it with the new body and all that I'm doing. The old thing I'm building, which not a lot of people know about it. I got to finish that. I got to finish this truck. So I got to clean up and finish some new builds before, some old builds, I mean, before I start that. Because
What
I
about
know
the 32
myself. What's that?
What about the 2932 truck you have?
Brad, nobody knows about that except the people that are online.
Oh, I wondered if you finished it.
No, nobody knows what kind it is.
Oh,
It's a
I thought
surprise.
I
It's a
didn't mention
surprise.
anything.
Nobody's supposed to know. It's a big secret.
Not anymore.
I
You're
didn't say it.
spoiling the secret. Those are secret we talk about after hours.
That's
After
why.
we're done.
That's why it's only showed after hours, Brad. That's why it hasn't been
Yes.
Oh,
showed.
I thought you showed it. Well, I thought you showed it before.
No, I showed the frame. I showed the TTO2 frame, but I never showed the body. Nobody
Oh.
knows what kind of body it is, except for the after-hour crowd.
And I got my days mixed up when I got the hours mixed up from when we started it or talked
So
about it.
now
or
I
not.
know what to do with you. As soon as we hit after hours, I'm going to have to kick you out because you talk too much. You just like you're spoiling everything.
Agreed, Steve-O. Brad, you're a jackass.
Spoiling
I'm
everything.
sorry, Frank. I thought that was told before
No,
before the after party.
no, but hopefully nobody knows about it or is going to hit rewind and actually hear what you were saying.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hey, Trill Critter, see how you doing? And don't forget, guys, next week on Thursday night, we're going to give away a Tamiya kit from 110 Hobbies. So if you guys have time and nothing much to do, go visit him. There. We'll do a commercial break. This is a commercial break. Here's about me. He opened up in Pembroke. Before that, he was in, this guy's in Canada. He's in Pembroke right now. He was in BC before, or Alberta. So we opened up a store here in this area, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours from me, which is called 110 Hobbies. So 110hobbies.com. So go check him out. And he's also got a Facebook page, 110 Hobbies. So he's always showing some different stuff. Another thing he does also, this is a can of pop, but he takes Hot Wheel cars and you can make a lighter out of it. And there's a bunch of different stuff he makes with it. It's kind of cool. But he's got a lot of cool stuff. And he's now got a banner that we'll be able to use in the area. And I actually got my logo on it. Man, my internet's very slow. Good thing I got high speed. There it is. So my logo is right there.
What the?
What was down in the bottom there? Where there was people watching something happen.
So Brad, Steve-O said, don't be emailing them at 3 o'clock in the morning anymore about an invite. Why are you emailing anybody at 3 o'clock in the morning? That's crazy.
I didn't think he'd get it until he woke up last night, tonight, anyways.
Yeah, but 3 o'clock in the morning, people's phones bing.
Well, they still bing at 3 a.m.
Yeah, your phone still bings,
I'm
Brad.
up a lot at night.
Hmm.
I'm up a lot at night. I wanted to do it before I forgot it when the rest of the day started.
The question here would be, what the heck was Brad doing at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
He was not sleeping, I guess.
Yes, I wasn't sleeping. I have problems getting to sleep, man.
He had something he had to get off his chest.
Yeah.
So
So
he did it.
that doesn't mean to say you have to wake everybody else up just because you're
Oh.
awake.
I thought he'd be out. I thought that stuff stays in his garage and he'd be somewhere else when it happened. So
No, a phone usually is on you. The RC's in the garage, but this phone is usually on you.
Your phone, Brad, emails come to your phone.
I
Your
didn't
Where do
think
you
it was-
keep your phone, Brad? Do you keep your phone in your garage or in your closet with your RC stuff?
I didn't know it was his phone. I thought it was his computer that he does his videos on.
Come on, everybody gets their email on phones.
You're on a
nowadays.
phone. What are you still using a flip phone, Brad?
No, I have a very primitive smartphone. So
Okay, so does your email come to your phone?
yes, but I didn't. I thought it might have
Okay.
been.
Oh, there we go.
Some people
There
have two
we go.
different emails.
Elementary, my dear Watson. Elementary.
Yeah. DJ SPRC's in the house. My buddy Sean from Team Great Hobbies here in Ottawa. We talked about him last week.
RC McMaster says I still use a pager.
The pager.
He's in Wales, so I wouldn't put it past him. The woolly sheep, he's from Wales, where men are men and sheep are scared.
We nearly made me spew all of the water over my keyboard.
When I see your place, too, it always looks like some type of kitchen.
That's because it is a kitchen, my friend.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought that's where you did your RC stuff.
No,
My kitchen is my office.
you're in a different area usually. You're not in this area before. Usually you're somewhere else, right? You're in your garage before?
No, I was always here. It's just the camera that is in a different angle.
A different angle of the camera.
Okay.
So Trail Critter RC said we just got a Great Hobbies 20 minutes from me. So I take it Great Hobbies is a Canadian RC store, is it? Or
What's the name of the hobby store?
Great Hobbies.
Great Hobbies is a Canadian chain, yes.
Yeah, so Trail Critter just got 20 minutes from the site. So it must be sort of like Hobby Town USA and stuff, is it? Something like that. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't have any RC places exactly completely close to me, except for one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a personally owned place called Bad L Hobbies. He really only sells Traxxas Horizon stuff.
So my master says my email goes through a fax machine.
Terrific.
I went there to try to buy some 1/18 scale clips for my body on my small car, and they were out, and they want $350. I don't know how many you get for $350.
DJ Spark said, "What about a fax?" I don't know if anybody uses faxes anymore. Do
Well, we
Yes,
still
they
have
do.
one at work. We still send some stuff, but at work we get junk more than anything.
Hospitals still do. Hospitals and medical businesses still do. And I think Walgreens pharmacies also do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they need paper items to prove it. You know, they need paper backups to send to the insurance companies and stuff.
For what is it? For faxes?
Usually it's used for giving prescriptions out.
Yeah. That's it. RC Mass Master said, "That's not nice to say about Welsh people." Smiley face. I would be more offended if I could understand you. When does it open, Trail Critter? You can't wait to go check it out. Is it doing a grand opening where you might get some good deals or something like?
I think they already had their opening. That's in Oshawa, just before Toronto in Canada.
What's the name of the place? Oshawa.
No, it's the place is Oshawa, yeah.
Oshawa.
Oshawa, yeah.
Yeah. I said pretty sure it's already open.
Yeah.
Trail Critter. Yeah, DJ said, yeah, it opened.
Hey Frank, how far is that Daytona racetrack they use in Canada during the year? For
I
Daytona,
have no idea. I don't follow Daytona.
it starts with a B. The name of the town.
Don't know.
Daytona racing's in Florida, right?
Yeah.
No,
No, it's still or let's say the IMSA races, because the Daytona is part of IMSA.
Daytona's only a track. Like
Daytona's
Daytona is the name of a track, yeah.
Yeah, but there's that IMSA races there, 24 hours in January, but I put them all in one conglomerate as far as that's concerned. The Daytona race.
Trail Cutter RC is saying it's in Bowmanville and it's most part.
Yes, most part. Do you know how far that is from you?
I can find out, but no,
Yeah, just-
off the top of my head, no.
I think
Hey,
they're pretty close to
you're
John.
talking about
Go ahead,
Massport Speedway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in between like Alex Bay in New York and Toronto. It's like halfway in between there.
Yeah, it's in Bowmansville.
I assume that's pretty far from you, Frank.
So Cornwall's right. Cornwall. How close are you to Cornwall, Frank?
Cornwall is about an hour and a half drive.
Toga
Okay.
would be close. Toga would be closer to Cornwall than any of us.
Yeah, technically, because there is a Cornwall out there.
Bowmanville is 4.5 hours from me.
Wow.
And Bowmanville is pretty much right across the lake, the Great Lake from you, Brad.
Is it up near Lake Erie or Ontario?
Lake Ontario. It's right across Lake Ontario. You're in Rochester, so it's pretty much between Rochester and Niagara Falls, right across.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Buffalo-
anyway,
Buffalo,
Brad,
I think.
Brad. Anyway, what was the point of asking that question? What
Yes.
is the
Because
what is
he
the
lives in
moral?
Canada,
to this
and it's
story?
in Canada, and I wanted to know how far he was from it. That is the point.
Yeah, but we're talking about a hobby store in Oshawa, and you
Yeah.
came up with Mosport. We're just trying to think your logic.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see
Understand the
where.
logic.
Yeah. They were talking about Trail Critters RC, and the RC store beside him.
I know that
already.
area. I know that area has hills, so there could be an area there to go crawling with the cars.
Okay.
So, in another note, has anyone heard any news about HPI?
I haven't heard anything in a few weeks since. I see though my local hobby store started getting parts in. I seen HPI parts showing up on shelves, but I don't know if it's like old stock or is like are they shipping out the old stock that was left over? Or are they making new stuff? I don't know.
Damn, would they still have leftover stock
Yeah.
after all of these years?
Yeah, they would, but probably warehouses full of that crap somewhere like. So, because sure that English company bought them, and then it went bankrupt as well.
Yeah, ripbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then now it's the Swedish company or something that owns them, like so.
Yeah.
I thought they sold it again to someone else. I'm so confused what's going on with them.
With who?
Yeah.
HPI.
Yeah, last I
Yeah,
heard
right.
it was that a Swedish company took over HPI, but that was it. There
Well,
was no more news about it.
well, DJ SPRC is, I don't know if he's still online listening to us right now, but he works at a hobby store. Maybe he's heard something from his distributor for parts, if more parts are coming in. But I know that some RC store has been receiving new stock of RC part for HPI, which is good news, but is it going to hold up? I don't know.
Yeah.
But they haven't have they actually put out any new kits?
Well, give them a chance to restart the business first.
No, but did they not pull out a new Mustang there? I thought they pulled out a new Mustang or something.
No, Tamiya has come out with a 60, no, not a 65.
Oh, the
95
95,
Mustang?
the 1995 Mustang.
Yeah.
That thing is ugly as hell looking.
They've had that before. They've had that one before, but they are putting out the new the R kit from 1999.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's based on the R from 1999.
Yeah. Hey, what's
So
up,
they also have the new
propaganda?
Mustang.
So
How's
on,
that?
on another note here, on another Other note here, I finally got that fan out.
Okay.
I wonder if I destroyed it.
No, I think you can still glue it together.
Yeah, I don't think so, Tank.
So
Did you make the
propaganda, be able
blades?
to
Just put
pull
some
yourself
duct
away.
tape.
And
Yeah, I think you need a new fan there, bud.
yeah, I think that's a bit
Yeah.
smashed up.
Yeah, I think that's a goner.
Yeah. That's it. I see propaganda's in the house. He must have been able to pull himself away from that Gen 8 for a while.
What's it?
RC Propaganda is in the house, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants parts for his venture. A lot of people are waiting for parts for the venture. What did you break on your venture? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
DJSPRC says they got bought out by another company now, and yes, there's new stuff coming in the loop, but give him time. Yeah, so there is some new kits coming up, and they are gonna HPI is gonna come out with some new stuff. So just hold on.
Hello.
So someone
Hey,
else
we have
bought it.
Tom in the house. Tom Logan.
Hey.
Our RC enthusiast, whatever, however you say that in English. And our Copa professional.
I won't say
Our
professional, but I
Yeah.
know a lot about it.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of research, and he's going to talk to us a little bit more about it tonight and what he's found out in the last few weeks, if you don't mind, Tom.
I don't mind at all. You just gonna jump right into it. That's cool. Actually, let me grab some water real quick, and I'll be right back in a minute. Okay.
That's fair.
Just before he starts, there was something I wanted to mention. Did you guys see one of the posts from RC Sparks on his community tab about that someone put a complaint about the name of the
Loading Wars.
Wars? Yes.
No, I
I
haven't
was
seen
like,
that.
really?
What was the complaint about loading wars?
It's got wars on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But what's funny is the people that did it, which you guys possibly know, SJWs, which stands for Social Justice Warriors. They use warriors on their name, but warriors are made in war. Well, it's just weird.
Yeah.
All
he's
these
had that
people
for
who are-
years like that.
So if you notice, you'll notice that he's changed the name of the videos nowadays.
What's he call it now?
Yeah. Loading Kings.
Loading
Loading
Kings.
King?
Yeah.
Loading
After
King?
he's had that for so many years.
Yeah. It's Loading Kings now. Even his last video, he was struggling not to say Loading Wars. He was like Loading Wars Kings. Like so.
I'm going to look for that post. You said it's on his community tab, right?
Yeah,
RC
Is it on
McMaster.
RC Spark or Reboot?
RC Sparks.
Yeah, RC McMaster said a warrior is a student of war.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Hey,
ridiculous.
what's up, Rich Hallman?
I'm looking for the thing as well, Tank.
So RC McMaster said, I seen a new shipment of brushless SCT trucks from Maverick, and then it was some of these, and it was part of the HPI when sold. So originally, the Maverick was a part of the HPI or something. So he started to see them coming out again.
Oh, that's good.
RC propaganda.
Yellow.
Hello.
I'm trying to
All right.
find that.
Paul
leaderboard thing, but
read
I
it.
don't
Shy.
see it.
What's up?
There's a big long post here from 3 weeks ago. I'm not seeing, this one is from 1 week ago.
Yeah,
I
he
w-
done
I
a big post with him and Jam or something like that. So
What, doesn't he have like a couple of channels? Because this one says RC Spark Studio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
that
RC
one.
Spark Studio and our
say reboot. Yeah.
See, um,
what?
oh, it looks like he's changed the he changed the way you were saying on it,
Oh yeah.
because it's the
Hey,
one
what's up,
where
Lars?
with the picture of him and his wife. But it looks like
Yeah.
he has changed. Yeah, he's been edited. So it says beside that is actually the one on the top.
Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah, if you click on read more, separate note, changing the name of Loading Wars as SJWs have convinced YouTube the word war should not be on the. Oh my god, this is gonna be the most petty thing. I'm not even gonna talk about it because it literally hurts my brain.
Yeah,
I hear
every
stuff
time
I
like
gotta-
this.
to be honest with you, every time I hear the word SJWs, I'm just like nope.
Hey, I got something better for you. I got check this out. So I do a lot of 3D printing and 3D design and stuff, and I'm working with some people to turn their 2D drawings into 3D characters. And one of them, I was linking out. This is my YouTube channel, and just if you're curious or whatever. And so, because I actually have some videos on my YouTube channel that are hidden that you cannot see, that are not RC related, but they're 3D printing related, and I can give out the link sometimes so some people can see some stuff I do. But so this one girl goes to my channel because she sees this, my 3D printer video or whatever, and then she starts looking at my other videos, and she messaged me. She's like, "Hey, do you start off all your videos with 'Hey guys'?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And she's
Oh
like,
no, I see where
Oh
this
my
is going.
Oh
she's
my
like, she's like, "That's not very inclusive, is it?" And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, "What about all the girls?" And I'm like, I don't even know what to do with that. I was like,
Can't
you know
even
what?
give that stuff any energy because you can't argue with fools. You know what I'm saying?
It-
Best thing you
what-
can do is just keep your mouth shut. Yeah, okay, sorry, and try to avoid it.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm not even gonna try.
Like I said, petty. Like they said, like Propaganda said, petty stuff.
When it comes to this thing with RC Sparks, I mean, what a guy, just doing a thing, like people enjoy it, and someone comes and forces the guy to change the name of something. Like it's not even anything borderline where you could see, okay, you could maybe not agree, but you could see an angle. I don't see an angle in this. This is just gonna, yeah. How do you wake up and live your life when you have thoughts like that?
Right. Some of these people, they just, I think we have it so good in life here in the United States that people are looking for something to fight and combat.
Yeah.
I mean, you see that there are still people protesting Chick-fil-A over something that a guy that's not even alive anymore said 12 years ago.
This is a generation that actually marches to lose rights. They want their rights taken away from them. Like I'm in the middle. I'm old enough to remember a little bit pre-internet, but also have been pretty modern. So it's just like I kind of know both ways of the world in a way, and I've seen it, and I see how lucky I am and how cool it is. And then like you see how other people use it, and I'm like, how do you like wake up in the morning? Like I have a tough time in my day-to-day life dealing with those kind of people. Like, and that's why I kind of live in my little bubble the way I do, because I can't deal with that kind of stuff,
It kind of reminds me of when WWE changed their name to WWF because of the World Wildlife Fund. And I swear, which was first?
The
It was
World Wildlife Fund was
Yeah,
first.
they won that battle in court. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I remember that WWF.
Yeah.
I used to love the WWF. I've been actually guilty pleasure. I've been watching like these like little bios on stuff on these wrestling channels of all the like famous wrestlers. I don't know if you remember my intro music on my videos used to be Austin's glass breaking theme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of like, I think they call it the Attitude Era. That's what they called it. I think I was like 10
Yeah.
when I stopped watching. So, but
I remember stuff completely before the internet era.
Even on the modern games, when you play like wrestling games and it has like WWF content, they will like they'll blur out the WWF in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's something. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. You know, they wanted the name and whatever. But when it comes down to something like RC Sparks, I mean, he's just a guy. Like, you know, you're attacking like someone that's just, I mean, you know, he's just your average guy. Like this, that's why it's so petty. When you're talking about big companies, whatever, like they can battle it out. I don't care if I was a wrestling fan, if they called it WWE or, you know, XYZ, it doesn't, you know, that, but having someone just your average guy have to change the name of his show.
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up, Jack? G'day.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jack,
Screw
how you
that
doing?
stuff. I got a Red Cat Gen 8 Axe Edition, so I'm happy.
No, you did good.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how it happened. So we were talking about it and people were like, oh, when's it going to come? And I had seen February on A-Main, and I like A-Main, but sometimes they don't have the best availability on stuff. And then, so the other day I went to Horizon, and I don't visit Horizon often because their site sucks. But you know what? It was my fault. I was doing it on my Brave browser. If you go to Chrome, the site works perfect. Like if you start typing in the search, it starts giving you results. It just doesn't do that. Whatever they're using, it doesn't work so well. You got to use Chrome. And but anyway, they also showed February. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm on my Instagram, and there's I don't know if you've ever ordered from them, but RPP Hobby.
Yeah, RPP Hobby's good. They do a lot of killer body stuff. Like,
yeah, they're not very far from me, but I don't really like the layout of their site, and I just prefer A-Main. But they made a post and said, oh, Axe Edition in stock. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, let me go look at this. I put it in my car and everything, and I had been wanting to get the wife a new rig, and then when the Axe Edition came out, she sent me a picture. She saw it on Facebook. I was like, oh, look at this. I like this. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I didn't pay no mind to it because I couldn't get it till February. But then I saw that deal. I had to throw down the plastic, and I was like, screw it. And I want to make sure the deal was legit. And here it was 2 days later at my door.
I think A-Man's always behind it because they're not a Red Cat dealer. I think so. It's mainly the main Red Cat distributors that get them all first, and then whoever's not a main Red Cat distributor gets the second shipment in February. I think that's what.
Yeah, I'm not a big Red Cat guy. This is my first one. Actually, I only got it because my wife expressed interest in it. I mean, it is a value if you want to really come down to it, but she expressed the interest, and I said, well, that's perfect.
I have a Gen 7 Pro.
Yeah.
I have a Gen 7 Pro, and that thing's a beast. Actually, like,
yeah.
So I actually have a Bronco, Traxxas Bronco body and all on it. But the thing is,
has she played with it yet?
Yeah, I'm going to take it apart tomorrow and inspect all the new gears and everything, because that was another reason I did consider it when you saw they got rid of the bump, which is nice on the bottom. You know, they did address that stuff, and like I there's tiny trucks, but it is really cool when you get like an RTR. It's all together and you move it around, and like there's something about them. I like the different brands and seeing it. It's got a lot of different little designs because I think I have almost all the crawlers at this point.
Yeah.
You know, major brands anyway.
Yeah, that's it. Like, same as me, I have a lot of the brands as well. How come propaganda? The video, the camera you use for the lives, will that not work for this as well? No.
Oh, that's my phone that I use for the lives.
All right, because you can use your phone for this. 'Cause that's all I'm on my phone.
Yeah, but then I can't. I don't know. I don't like to use my phone for a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the works right now. I just have to wait till Christmas. They probably already have it for me, but they were looking for Christmas ideas. So my mother-in-law is probably going to get me the little Elgato camera capture that I need, and I already bought the cables. So I'm going to be able to use my GoPro as like a webcam, and then I got this new mic set up, a wireless Rode mic that I used with it.
Okay.
And so I'll be able to just set the camera up because I have like a whole room. So it'd be nice to kind of set the camera up high and, you know, be able to work on my trucks and tinker around while we're in the chat instead of just being stuck on my computer or whatever.
Elgato's
so
nice. I have
RC
one.
RC
guys-
propaganda or Particle Man said I've had a lot of trouble with my Gen 8.
Oh really?
So yeah.
My son's got one, and he never had any problems with it so far.
Yeah.
But
I-
Paul Riddock, which is the owner of 110 Hobbies, is in the chat right now.
Cool.
So if you guys want to say hi to him, Paul Riddock,
Hello.
he's the owner of the 110 Hobbies. He's the one that's going to be giving away the lunchbox next week. Oh man, I said what we're going to give away.
You talk about me, Humphrey.
No, I did it on purpose. We're hoping for a lunchbox. That's what we're going to check if we have stock and things like that. But
What's up,
Paul
Tony?
Riddock did ask a question. I've always thought of Red Cat as a lower end product.
Not
Doc,
anymore.
agree.
Am I wrong? What do you guys think?
That's not
think
my opinion.
I think it's gone from low to mid, and it's on its way to high. That's how I see it.
Yeah,
I'm impressed with the build quality on the Gen 8. You know, I don't know how it's going to drive or how things are going to hold up, but I'll be, you know, I stayed away from it because I thought that same thing. I thought it was kind of like a lower end, you know, and I already had other trucks, so it didn't interest me. But as soon as my wife pulled it out of the box and I kind of started touching it, the plastics had a really nice feel. I mean, it did. I was truly impressed.
Well, the Gen 8 is the Gen 8 is the first generation of RC that they've manufactured from ground zero. They're
Yeah.
the one that manufactures everything. All the other brand of RCs they have, the race cars, the other crawlers, anything else is China made. Yes, they buy whatever from a company and they brand it with their own name. So that's why you see a lot of trucks out there that looks like a Red Cat. Well, that's because it is like it's the Chinese people. They just brand all their cars in different names.
It's got a Chinese sticker right in the bottom of it. It
Yeah.
says made in China. And it also has a quality control sticker, whether that's real or just on there.
But believe it or not, there are some good China-made stuff. Believe it or not.
No,
Well,
it's come a long ways from the Chinese stuff.
Yeah, well now it's all designed
so
in America. That's the thing. It's all designed in America. Designed beforehand. They just used to ship it out to companies in China to do the design, to do everything. They're
But
not
like-
all actually designed
Like
here.
they have the Red Cat Gen 7, okay? But I have not seen another Japanese crawler that has the same parts or the same thing. What other company sells the Gen 7?
Did you
I
say
haven't seen it.
Chinese or Japanese?
Chinese or Japanese, because it's an off brand. They did not make the Gen 7. They made the Gen 8 from scratch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what other company do you guys know that looks and feels the same thing as the Gen 7? I don't think I know one.
No, there's not in my opinion anyway. I think Red Cat are the same as G-Made. They just get a bad rep for some reason. Like G-Mades, their trucks are actually freaking one of the most underrated trucks on the market. I think, like.
Yeah, they
Indeed.
are, but it does have a thing to do with distribution.
Yeah.
G-Made doesn't have a good distribution, and Red Cat either. If they had the distribution power that the other companies do, maybe they'd make more money and they'd make better product and more
Yeah,
product for us.
that's the thing, like, you know, yeah.
I don't know. I see some of this stuff out there, and to be honest with you, I don't know how there's a market for it. I'm like, who buys this crap? To be honest with you, you know, it's like if you were gonna say spend like 200 on an RC, but you could get something legit for 300. Like, wouldn't it just behoove you, even if I had to wait 2-3 extra months to actually have that real thing? I always never understood that. Like my father taught me that when I was young, like, you know, the value of money. And like, he would explain to me, he's like, that's going to break. And in the long run, it's not going to pay off. Like, just wait and get the proper thing that we know is tried and true to work. Don't get the cheap crap, because people, you know, especially then, you didn't realize with all the reviews if it was going to be good or not. You couldn't just go online 2 seconds. And so I always had like nice things, and I waited, and like I always made sure, like, okay, what are my options? Like, don't get the cheapest thing, because it's not, you're gonna, a lot of times you get what you pay for it.
A lot of people just don't know any better.
Yeah, they don't know any better, and that's why Walmart's doing so good with RC cars. At Christmas time, Walmart sells a shitload of RC cars. Why?
I was like a kid.
Yeah, they are for kids, and that's what people don't get. This is 99% of all the RCs I have here are RC grade, which means I can get parts like on the snap like this. It's just.
But I also I also noticed that some brands may have had a bad rap in the beginning, but then they continue to make products and they're getting better and better. And one example is HBX. They're making better vehicles.
Yeah, like G made, like honestly, the Sawback from a G made, the Komodos from a G made, the Boom from a G made, they're all actually really great fucking trucks. Like,
they are, but like the Sawback has a lot of work to do on it. It's a neat truck. It's a fun truck. But as soon as people start modifying them and putting more torque into them, then the leaf spring starts bending. The whole dry shaft, the whole axle starts bending at the back. You got to reinforce it. There's a lot of stuff you have to do to make it a comp ready truck. Looks nice, looks scale.
See, my G-Made, the first G-Made, the GS101, it came with the leaf springs. I agree with Frank. Leaf springs are just too soft. They bend very easily. But apart from that, I never had an issue with mine. Mm-hmm. And I have it for 6-7 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then a lot of it's the person, you know, how they drive it, how they treat it.
No, like my first original, I have the new double cab Komodo, but my first original Komodo, I'll put it on a rock beside my Bronco any day. So I'll put it up against my TRX4 any day of the week. Like,
but like RC Propaganda said, it depends how you drive it too.
Yeah.
But then you look at the bigger scale crawlers like the 1/8, like Traction Hobbies. Those are quality vehicles.
Well, the good thing about me, Toga, I drive the two of them at the same time, so I can test the two of them. I test the two of them same line.
Not always has a tow truck.
Yeah.
How do you how do you solve the issue of having two cars running at the same time? But are you using the same electronics on it so they can keep up with each other?
I put the same ESC and motors in them, like so. The same ESCs and motors, and then but you can adjust the dual rates off them too, like so you can set one at 50%, set the other at 75% if the motors are different speeds. So you know.
But keep in mind, you do when you're using the stick control for dual control, you do have the speed on both trucks. So if one truck starts going faster than the other one, you can actually slow it down with your thumb.
Yeah, you just back down on the throttle a little bit.
The problem with that is remembering which truck is
which
on
one is what.
Yeah.
He's got a big label on it.
I have a video of me trying to run the eRevo 2.0 and the V1 eRevo. Both, like each controller in my hands, trying to because I didn't have any friends to help me test out the eRevo that day, and so I'm out there at the park by myself trying to film myself with the camera on my head and two controllers, and I'm just the eRevo is going everywhere. I can't do it.
Were we ever going to talk about what you wanted to talk about there, Tom?
Yeah, sure.
But before we go there, Tom, I want to ask you a question about your YouTube channel.
Yeah, go ahead.
because Tom has a YouTube channel called Outsource RC.
Yes, in my
And
name.
he's the one that we actually showed off this video last week of you breaking some 1x4.
Oh, yeah.
Were you surprised on how many it broke easy?
Yes. Yes, I was absolutely just
How
blown away.
surprised were you?
I was blown away when it went through those 5 boards. When it went, I did not expect that. I seriously thought it was going to just stop and bounce off those boards, but when it just plowed through there, now I'm like, holy cow, it did it! You can hear in the video. I actually let it play out, and you can hear my audio reaction when it happens. It was absolutely crazy.
Saw that you broke your max.
Well, my friend did. My friend hit a trash can going 50 miles an hour.
No,
I see that would do it.
So we were
But,
actually
like,
racing it in the eRevo.
just imagine if this was somebody's leg. Like, I like your video, and what you say is they're very dangerous toys. You got to be careful. And
Yeah.
the bigger they get, the harder they're going to hit. People have to realize that. And jumping it in the air, and while people are there, it's scary to make sure you don't have anybody in front. So but
I
it's a
was
good video.
surprised
If
it
you
broke
guys
those
wanna watch this
boards.
video,
Oh, dude, that's actually your channel. I didn't
Yeah.
realize
Yes.
channel because I actually watched that video last week.
It was a show safety concerns. I
so
tell
here's a
people
link to
that
that
toy.
video if you guys want to go see it.
And
I
that video
tell
is
people that
that's
toy is
actually
the real car's just smaller.
that's actually the video I wanted to make with the X Max when I bought it back in March. I say, hey, I have plans for the X Max, and this is one of them. I have other plans for it too. My brother-in-law has something really big. I may be able to smash it through if I can get him to come off of it for a decent price. I have got an idea of how I think I can make it go through all 10 of those boards. Because the problem is when it hits those 10 boards, they start piling up and it raises the X Max up and it flies up. So what I want to do is try to build something so that the bottom of it angles down and have it so that the X Max actually jumps off of something and it's going through the air and it plows through the boards while they're in the air. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
That way the boards don't there's nothing to pile up on. They just kind of fall down as it's going.
Your channel, Tom, was when I first got my eRevo. That's when I found you. Yeah, you're having issues with the rod ends like me, and I was watching your videos.
Oh, what's funny is I accidentally made a YouTube channel. Like I wasn't even going to make a YouTube channel, and I had filmed some cool shots of the eRevo jumping through the air. If you look at the very first video I put on my channel, that's one that I just filmed with the eRevo 2.0 doing some cool things. And then I posted it on like a Facebook page, and then I posted the one where I talked about why I think the eRevo is tearing itself apart. And that one got they both got like 20,000 views like right away on a channel that's not even an RC car channel. It's just my personal channel that has nothing on it. And I'm like, holy cow, do people want to see me run my mouth about RC cars? And then I made Outsourced RC, and I reposted those videos on there, and I took them off my other channel, and they got like no views at all. But I just kept making like videos, and then I started getting more and more views, and I'm like, I guess I'll just do YouTube now. So
yeah,
But-
I still have limiting straps that I'd never used, but you were rocking them, and I wound up at my hobby shop before it closed down. The mechanic there actually showed me a different trick, so I used that instead.
What'd you do different?
I put some nitro fuel tubing on the inside as like an extra bump stop, so the rod wouldn't pull out so far, so it didn't have that travel. So basically, what the straps kind of were doing was limiting it from coming down too much and pulling out.
Right.
That's what this kid showed me, and I did that, and I think since then, that issue I haven't had many problems with. Maybe one other time I messed up a rod end.
With the rod ends still, give me issues. It's rare they actually come apart, but I'm actually pretty good at landing the eRevo, despite what you see in my videos. It's always different when you have an audience. You're trying to show off and do things you wouldn't normally do with the RC cars. And but whenever I was doing stuff with the eRevo, I don't really have issues with the rod ends. But The shock. What's funny is the shocks. I think I broke it like in the first few days. I had a thing. I jumped into the air, and I have it on video. I jumped into the air, and it pulls the shock apart. And then when it lands, it collapses all that stuff, and it breaks and just tears the brace off the back of the Revo and shatters it.
Jeez, yeah, I've had a lot of problems with my Revo. It's weird. It's like super durable, but it's not at the same time. And at this stage, it kind of just has definitely been put on the back burner. It just sits on the shelf. I actually took the whole power system out of it to put in the new truck I got, and it kind of just sits there because I'm kind of just sick of having to fix the same few problems. But it does offer a really cool driving experience.
Mine actually, it has torn the, I don't know what went wrong in it. It got to where it would only drive for about 2 or 3 minutes, and it would drain the battery. It would just suck the battery dead in that amount of time. And
All right, guys, I'm going to interrupt you for a moment because I'm going to jump out of here because I have a real early start in the morning and I get home late tonight. So I was only going to jump in a few minutes. So as usual, thanks for having me. Everybody in the chat, don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out. And thanks for taking the time to stop in. So I'll chat to you later.
Thanks, Sean.
Later.
Take care, Sean.
Take care, Sean.
All right, guys. Bye.
So what about the e-Revo 116? Is that more durable than the bigger one?
because it's lighter weight. When you
Yeah.
have less weight, weight is a bit, people don't understand how much weight really impacts the performance and the durability of an RC car.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I don't like the new Crichton 8S. It is tearing the front end, the pivot balls is actually knocking those out of the, what do you call those? The steering hubs, I forget what they're, whatever the pivot balls hook into, is
In the
pushing them
pocket.
out. And you can watch people will, after they've cartwheeled it a couple of times, it's got tons of slop in the front end because it's pushing, the weight of that RC is pushing those pivot balls out of it.
You're talking about the
And
Ford.
I'm talking about the Crichton 8S.
Okay, that's the 5th scale.
Well, whatever
And-
scale it is that it's the one that's this little bit bigger than the X Max. That thing is so heavy too, and
it
that
is.
weight really matters. And you can even tell a difference, like with the eRevo 2.0. You know, it's like 3 or 4 pounds heavier than the V1 eRevo, and you can tell in the handling of it and in the durability of it. It just, they use the same push rods and stuff on both eRevos. And I mean, I've bent plenty of push rods and toe links on my 2.0 where I never even bent those things on my V1. That weight really does change how everything relates to one another. And I think that's why the eRevo 2.0 has servo issues. Like the stock servos will go dead on it, but I don't have any issues in my V1 eRevo. I'm still running the stock servos on my V1 eRevo. So I think it's all the extra weight that it has to move around is what's impacting those servos.
The Crichton is like 24 pounds. And going back to the mini e-Revo, I've seen those capable of going as fast as the bigger cousin. So
those things are absolute beasts. I got my mini e-Revo body right here.
Yeah.
16 scale.
Yep. And so I painted this one orange. I was like, man, I gotta get an orange body for it. I've never even driven with this body on there. I put the blue body on it when I take it outside. If I drive around my
It has the
office
push
up
rod
here.
up front too.
Yeah. That mini Revo is a nice little truck. I haven't upgraded it or anything. I actually bought it when I had my gallbladder taken out. I bought it so I could drive it around the house. So that's
Oh,
why
I wouldn't even drive it around the house. Those things are too fast, even even without a brushless.
Well, I just, I don't drive it that fast. I'm pretty good at keeping it, low
Yeah.
speeds.
That's
Be
one thing,
doing
Brad.
backflips up the stairs.
Even if the car goes fast, Brad, you don't have to go fast with it to have fun.
Yeah, that's true. It only goes as fast as you make it go.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna not change the subject. We're gonna go and talk a little bit about Kappa, so
Kappa.
Paul can talk to us about it. But before, I just want to show you something and tell me if this makes sense or if it makes it different. RC Spark, which is one of the world's largest channel, which is very true, he put a new header into about section. He actually stipulates that it's a created
Hold on a
for
second. Hold on a second.
family-friendly
You
content.
broke.
Okay,
You
since
just broke up.
2008.
Can you back up for a few
I
seconds?
broke
You
up?
broke up.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
it may be my
I
computer.
see that the internet is unstable. Okay, so he actually wrote down that he changed his header and put that the RC Spark Studio was has created family-friendly content since 2008. All of the hobby grade models demonstrated on this channel are for age 14 plus. Our show has been entirely dedicated to hobby grade RC trucks, boat, and blah blah blah, and what is, and then he goes on to say what is a hobby grade RC and so on. Does this make a difference in the COPA or in because it's in the header of the video? Does that
Nope.
make a difference?
Nope, not a bit. The only time something like that matters is if you say my stuff is for 12 years or younger. That's the only time that means anything. If you say it's for 13 and older, they don't care. They don't care. That's not what they're looking at. That has nothing to do with it at all. So even if you put a disclaimer in front of your video, hey, this is for people that are 13 and older, that means nothing. So that's not going to get you out of trouble at all.
Okay.
No.
So what have you heard lately, or what news has changed in the COPA thing since last you spoke?
So I do actually have something. YouTube, they've gotten so much feedback from this. They are trying to get with the FTC and try to find out exactly. YouTube is trying to clarify what they don't understand. FTC they have already clarified it, but for whatever reason, YouTube, I don't know why they're being idiots, but because the FTC, they understand the difference between a child, like a child targeted video and one that's like a general audience. Okay, for example, Optimus Prime, Transformer. YouTube has said that they do not see a difference between a $10 Optimus Prime that is for someone that is like 5 years old and a $1,000 Optimus Prime statue, because these two are the same characters. Children are going to look at this and not see a difference, and so YouTube has made it very clear that they're going to consider that big $1,000 Optimus Prime statue to be in the same category as that $10 Optimus Prime toy. And the FTC does not. The FTC sees a difference. They understand that some things that, while it may appeal to children, it's not for children, it's not targeting children. They have made it very clear they understand that. YouTube and the FTC are not on the same page. And so because of this, YouTube has actually reached out to, we've gotten so much feedback that they have reached out to the FTC, and they are asking, let's see, currently, okay, so this is from YouTube. Currently, the FTC's guidance requires platforms must treat anyone watching primarily child-directed content as children under 13. This does not match what we see on YouTube, where adults watch favorite cartoons from their childhood, or teachers look for content to share with their students. Creators of such videos have also conveyed the value of product features that wouldn't be supported on their content. For example, creators have expressed the value of using comments to get helpful feedback from older viewers. And so YouTube is seeing all this backlash from it, and they are going to the FTC, and they have, I don't know if they sent them a letter or they just left a comment on the area where you can leave comments to the FCC at, but they have asked the FTC to clarify exactly what they are looking for, which is confusing to me, because if you read the law and you read the rules of COPPA, they tell you what they're looking for. So I don't really understand why there's this confusion on YouTube's part. It doesn't make sense to me.
May I say something?
Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I've been doing my search as well, and the reason they say that, I personally believe it's all to do with what do you call it? I actually write it down because I keep forgetting that word. Corporate profits. Basically, that's why you don't get a third option for your videos.
You do have a third option for your videos. You have three options. You've got the was it the adult the adult classification, right?
Yeah.
Right. Then you have the for children under 13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you select neither one of those, that's your third option. That's your general audience exception.
And
They
then you
just
do have a
select
fourth
not only
option
for
also.
kids.
You don't
You
have a
do
fourth
have-
option that I know of.
Yeah. The fourth option is not monetizing it.
No. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't monetize, you won't have the commercials.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what I think. I think YouTube is moving to a different model. I think they are trying to move into a more Netflix direction.
Yeah, they're
I
trying to
think-
be a TV type
Yeah.
of deal.
I think that's what they're doing.
YouTube is they're slowly doing it. Just today, I don't know if you've heard of some of these other YouTubers. I've heard of them. I'm not like big fans of a lot of them, but you know, I know certain circles. But like the iDubbbz Content Cop, where he like kind of basically critiques people's videos. Like one of the most viewed videos, 10 million views. They took it down in their new
I saw that.
bullying thing, but it's like it's so vague, and so I don't know if really like it's a big giant company. I don't think that they do things without necessarily a purpose. Like they're trying to purposely stir the pot or create confusion, because there's no way a company of this status, this is my opinion, would make these kind of mistakes. It would be simple just to fix YouTube and make it so everyone is happy. Almost, maybe not 100%. I guess that might be a little unrealistic to make everyone happy. But I mean, it's not that complicated. All the stuff that we can figure out, that this small issue. So they have a greater purpose, and I think that is what you're saying, Tom. Is because they want to reshape what people think of YouTube, and they don't want, you know, a lot of the what they call the borderline stuff. Us and RC, I think we're okay as long as we're not, hey kids, buy this, like anything blatant like that. I don't think that that's going to affect us. If anything, they would want people with essentially like kind of the toy trucks, very family friendly. Like RC Sparks, you could market him like, oh my God, like I know it's not made for kids, but that type of thing is very safe for advertiser content. Whereas a lot of the news stuff, that's a whole different, you know, sphere of what they want to control. That's a whole different type of thing. As far as non-political or borderline content, I don't really think it's a problem. We would fit into that YouTube type of TV thing, but anyone speaking out against anything politically, whether it's left or right, like they don't want that kind of thing. They want the control over that. But people making, you know, regular day-to-day videos is, I think is okay.
So one thing that people do, and you can tell someone's maturity level by the way they do these kind of things. A child will play with another child, and they will have rules in their game. Hey, I'm going to shoot you with my imaginary laser gun. Like, well, I have a force field that stops your imaginary laser gun. Well, my laser gun has anti-force field technology. And you'll see these kind of things escalate with children, right? Some adults don't grow out of this. And so what they were having in their head, they'll say, I'm going to do this, and this is what will happen. But they are not basing that off of anything in reality. They are just basing it off of whatever they want to happen. And you see this a lot in politics and policies, where they'll say, hey, we're going to implement this thing, and this is going to happen. But then in reality, something completely different happens.
Well, that's politics. It's never on paper like what it's going to be. It doesn't, you know, like they always have these visions like, oh, we just passed this law, but it doesn't actually translate into real world. I deal with engineers with this type of thing at work.
Right.
They put this, oh yeah, we're going to put water here and do this. Like, listen, I've been doing this since I was a little kid. That's not going to work. I know it works on your fancy paper and you think you're hot shit because you went to school for all these years. But while you were playing patty cake in school, I've been on the ground actually getting the real experience, getting my hands dirty. You know, you can see that it's not going to work. And that's how they come up with these ideas. Yeah, obviously we don't want bullies. We don't want people getting harassed. But then if you extract all the fun out of it, you know, I'd rather some dangerous like freedom than peaceful slavery any day.
Right.
Some
right.
kid can come on my comments and call me all the names he wants. And I'm just going to go, oh yeah, I'm not going to approve his comments. And I'm going to move on with my day. Like
Right.
you know.
Right. And so I think YouTube, they've got people in charge. They're doing things. And I think Epic RC video just came in asking if I am talking about COPPA. We are about to do this. Yeah, Epic RC, if you have any questions, you can just post them in the chat. That's about COPPA, and I'll answer them as you post them.
I was our expert.
Tom did talk a little bit about it. He read some stuff that YouTube posted and asked the FTC. And also Roadside IC, I think it was, Roadside RC asked a question. So where do we go instead of uploading videos on YouTube? Where is next?
I don't know.
Somewhere, I hope.
Is
So
it
I know-
Twitch? Is it
We'll
Twitch?
see.
Is
I
it-
know it's going to be a
Please
different.
don't say that
program.
word, Frank. Don't say that word, Frank.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be-
that place is a crapshoot.
So I've heard of some other places. I think there's something called like minds.com or something like
That's
that.
more like a Facebook. BitChute is good. All my videos are mirrored. Like you put in like they give you set up your account and they'll give you a code that you put in your YouTube or something. I forget how I did it. So then every time I post my video to YouTube, it also posts to my BitChute account. And you know what? I don't go on it that often, but I was checking it and I was getting some views. But I mean, at least it's something else. And then there's another thing I seen called Library, but that one didn't really appeal to me much.
I've tried that one. I cannot figure out how to link the videos to it or to
on
upload
what?
videos.
On Library or BitChute?
Yeah, library.
Yeah, I think I have a few on there. Yeah, the UI is not the greatest. And that's the thing. Like, there's so many little things with YouTube that you wouldn't even realize that make it so good. And it's such a travesty that they can't just fix it. I just don't think they want us to be able to do this sort of thing, like how powerful of a tool it really is for all kinds of different things. But like, you watch a video on YouTube and whatever, you know, oh, hey, I got to go. You stop watching that video, I can go and start doing whatever it is I have to do. And if I have a free minute, open up my app, click on that video and continue from where I was on my desktop at home. A lot of these other apps, they don't have those little built-in things. Like on BitChute, if I'm watching a video and then it brings me back to the top of the page every time, and I have to scroll all the way down to where I was looking at new videos. Just little things in the UI and the usability like of these sites that really are just, YouTube is so good. There's just nothing that compares. And I think that we have the numbers and that's what we have to do is just force them to make it right. Otherwise, I mean, they already lost 70 billion when they had the ad apocalypse with the stupid Crowder and that other stupid guy with the lisp talking. Oh, my feelings were hurt. Like nobody cares. They're like a couple prima donnas. Both of them are stupid, arguing, and all it did was hurt all the other creators. Like Crowder's already made millions. What does he care about? You know, RC propaganda. Not that I'm trying to make money off of it, but what does he care how it affects the small people who use the site? Like we're all chilling and hanging out. I got nothing going on. This is the greatest thing since white bread for me. I can come on here and just chat with RC stuff. Not that, you know, we're doing that. I'm getting all fired up, but
I'm starting to think maybe they should have gotten rid of maybe that they shouldn't have gotten rid of the person who started YouTube.
Well, YouTube sold to Google. That was the problem. I think YouTube was started by like two dudes. And then when they sold to Google, You know, like Google is not our friend. I mean, they got a real dark side. They're working with the
Oh, yeah.
Chinese government. There's a lot of bad things that we support by coming on this site. You know,
So
make
one
no
of the
mistake
problems-
about it.
So here's one of the problems. Here's one of the issues. And we've already seen this since Google pretty much runs the internet. Like, I mean, face it.
Correct.
And also you got Apple and Android and the like mobile phones. A lot of these competitors that come up are just being straight out blocked from like the App Store, and they're straight out being blocked from like Google searches and stuff like that.
Apple did that to Bitcoin.
Right. So if you have any kind of competition to these people, they're just going to knock you down. And I mean, you can't. If you were to pretty much copy what YouTube does with their app and put it up as something else and have people upload their videos to it, Apple could just decide not to put it up. Google could decide not to put it up. They could just completely
did that with Gab. It was kind of a Facebook competitor deal. Oh no, we're not going to have their app. Completely kneecapped them. Like how are these smaller guys supposed to succeed? I mean, and that's the problem. We have these big kind of tech monopolies that have come about to start up, to be a start. They're just going to come across and buy you. If you got a great idea, go to the grave with it. Don't even sell it to these people who are just going to turn it for good. It's that a lot of stuff turns out to be a lot different. The guy who starts a good thing could have all the bad, all these good intentions, and then it's the twisted people who turn it and use it for evil. Like that Keurig guy with the coffee. He thought he was making sweet little one cup. Dude, you just created all this waste and he regrets it. I mean, you're something so innocuous as 1 cup coffee. I mean, you didn't think that idea through. Oh shit. Now we got all, it's like, just, it can always be hijacked.
Yeah, but you know what? If these companies were started in the United States, I think our government needs to actually go in there and say, you're doing treasonous stuff by doing this stuff with China and block.
Good luck with that. That's not going to happen.
So, okay. Another thing, also another part that hurts. This is one thing that has stopped anyone from taking Facebook down, because there's plenty of competitors to Facebook that have come up, but they can't take it down. This is why, because everyone is doing it, and it's very hard to pull an audience or a user base from one thing to another. Like if someone came up with another Facebook and started adding friends or whatever, like my mom, she's not gonna just move over there. My brothers, my friends, everyone has to migrate over, and it's very difficult for people to do that, even if it is a really bad app or a really bad website or something like that. It's very difficult to get an audience to go from one thing to another. And that's one of the things that is really stopping a competitor from coming up to something like YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are too lazy. I mean, I'm guilty of it myself. Like, oh, follow me over here and over here. He's like, no, like I'm already on this platform. That's why I refuse to kind of not really dive like too deep. Like I go on BitChute, and one of my favorite podcasts got taken down. So now he's kind of starting to do it on like a website deal because they took his YouTube channel down, but it's back up, and now he's nervous. And it's like, it's just one thing that I enjoy. Now I got to click on this link, go to this site, it sounds like, first world problems, but
sounds like MySpace with Facebook.
Those things happen, but whatever.
Epic RC, whatever questions you have, man, ask them in the chat. I told you I'll ask you, I answer whatever questions you have with Kappa. Because remember, I covered this, a lot of the stuff 2 weeks ago, and so I'm not sure, I don't want to sit there and just repeat everything I had to say. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I tell you one thing. Let's see. What was I going to say? There's so much misinformation right now about Kappa because people are using this as a clickbait opportunity.
Oh, 100%. I agree there.
And so, like one video I watched, someone's like, hey, I got I've been fined for $42,000. It's like, no, you didn't, dude. You're being a clickbait thing. And then when you, I haven't seen a single attorney or lawyer or anyone bring up the fact that you're not going to. They're not going to fine you like $42,000 right off the bat, and for any video. That's up to $42,000, and they base that off of how much money you have made from that information, that data, because you may end up only paying like a few $100s for an offense, something like that. And also, I didn't look through every single case. I looked through a lot of the cases, and every single person that's violated COPPA, they know it. There's no, well, am I kid friendly content? Am I targeted? No, there's none of that. Every single person, they knew that they were violating COPPA. And most of these people, they get, I can see records of warnings. They have gotten written things saying, hey, we know you're violating COPPA, you need to stop, and the people don't stop. That's what's going on. These people aren't just like kicking down the door and saying, hey, you've got a kid in your video.
Give us your computer.
Yeah.
That's not what the FTC is doing, and that's how some of these people on YouTube are acting. Like
It's
they're
the
doing.
overreaction is so strange to me. Like people don't use their logic, like use your logic. Like you posted a video on an open platform, and there's not like some prompts where it says, hey, if you do this, you're like, they're gonna come from someone that has no money. Like, good luck trying to sue me. What are you gonna? I'll give you 5 RC trucks. Like, like
they won't do. The FTC says they're not trying to shut down your business. They're not trying to shut you down. What they're just trying to punish you. And they have said that they're not. Because people talk about the fine that YouTube got, which, by the way, if you don't know this, YouTube was actually advertising YouTube proper for children, and that's how they got caught. Like they were saying, hey, YouTube is the place for kids, and they're advertising 2 kids, 4 kids, actual YouTube, not YouTube Kids, but YouTube proper, and that's how the FTC got them. But what they would do is, because the fine that YouTube had to pay, the settlement or whatever, it's big, but not that big compared to YouTube and Google.
Yeah, it's a slap on the wrist.
Right. And FTC's, they're like, we're not trying to put people out of business. They are trying to just let you know that, hey, you're doing something wrong, you need to change.
They're flexing. They just want to keep YouTube in check. And these sort of things happen all the time in the public. People just freak out when they don't even know anything. Like, honestly, I didn't think about it at all. Like, I just saw everyone's reactions. Like, this online stuff, the thumbnails, it drives views. Like, so many videos came on about it, and they're talking and talking. It's like, this literally was just announced. Like, unless maybe you're a lawyer who's dealt in this subject, like I'm Joe Blow at my computer screen. All my information is coming from anyone else on YouTube, essentially. Like,
the lawyers, they don't know. I've seen several of them not know what they're talking about. There's one guy called Legal Eagle, not to call him out, but I'm calling him out.
Shots fired.
He makes a video about COPPA, right? But then there's another lawyer that goes through and picks his video apart. Here's, look, this is what he didn't say, this is what he missed, and this is what he got wrong. And it's like, these lawyers don't even know what they are talking about a lot of the time, which is shocking to me. I guess that's why they're YouTube lawyers, not real lawyers, right?
Yeah. Well, murder's illegal, yet some people still commit it and get away with it. So, it's a double-edged sword.
But you want to know something? There is no statute of limitations on murder, so they can get you no matter what year of age you are.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, there's look at O.J. Simpson. We all knew he killed those people. Yeah. He's on Twitter making silly jokes in 2019.
Actually, he wasn't. He there's a parody account that everyone thought was him.
That account wound up being a parody? You sure? Because I could have sworn there was an official one.
No, we all thought it was.
Really? They were showing it on a podcast I listened to, and that was my the only exposure I had to it. I thought it was hilarious.
We all did. It wasn't. It was a parody attack. No, he does have. He does have an account that says some crazy stuff, but that's not it. That's not what I'm talking about.
I got an outlandish hypothetical with these companies with multi-billion dollars. Maybe if the government would go after them, they charge them $1 trillion. That would put them out of business.
It doesn't matter, Brad. The government's not our friend. Like, they don't care. These companies are all in bed with that, paying each other. That's how it works. Like, it's so big at this point. The only way we're gonna kind of make any headway in anything like that is to stand together with all the people, but they got us arguing and fighting with each other. I mean, look at Traxxas fanboys and Armor fanboys. Like, I mean, something as silly as RCs, and we're going to fight over trucks. Like, and you expect us to make changes when it comes down to the dollar. I mean, I don't like having that negative outlook, but I've really like paid attention to a lot of this stuff over the years, and it's so out of control these days. Like, don't even pay attention. Just check yourself out and enjoy your life, because that's all you can do.
A lot more things are coming to light, and eventually they're all going to have to pay their comeuppance that I've seen. It's going to happen.
Dark comes to light if you follow that circle. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really put my faith in that stuff. Well, but whatever, you know, what are you going to do?
I think for the most part, the RC channels don't have anything to worry about. Now, I think Kevin Talbot, that guy, he may have some issues from YouTube, not the FCC, but from YouTube.
Yeah, you made a good point there, Tom. You were talking about his bright thumbnails and a lot of the way he does market himself. I do imagine a lot of his subscribers are younger kids with his whole shtick. He's definitely a funny dude, and I don't think that he should be penalized. I mean, it's not his fault. What if a kid's 12 or he's 13, 14? Like, you know, it's kind of, you know, I don't know what you do in a situation like that.
Well,
like, he's not on there like, hey, buy this, you know.
Well, one of his big problems is that he advertises in a way that attracts younger viewers. He has like a lot of clickbait titles, a lot of clickbait thumbnails, and those kind of things target a much younger audience.
That's very prevalent though on YouTube. A lot of people, like I watch this guy, I don't know if you guys seen him. He's a car guy, Scotty Kilmer. He's this wacky kind of old dude. Yeah. All his titles are super sensational about cars, but that's because that's what people click on. He admits that's why he does it, and he laughs about it. Oh, so you guys click on it, like in the way he talks, and it's like, but it's true. That's why he says it and puts it in the title. And I mean, he's got 2 million subscribers, and he does it out of his little driveway or whatever.
Yeah, but you look at Kevin Tubbin, he's got money.
Maybe. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess he's got enough, but I mean, it's just that that's not my concern. But I mean, I don't think he is purposely like influencing any kids in a bad way.
No, true. I'm just saying, I just know he has money. He's done quite well with the internet.
I don't know how many people he's convinced to send it to the moon, like, because he does launch it. Like Duper Bash, he bashes hard. But I mean, he lands it. Like Kevin, he's just like, seems like he's just out to destroy it.
Yeah, I call him the RC killer. Yeah, he's an RC killer, man.
Axiomatic says he wrote a letter to Santa.
He wrote a letter to Santa. Excellent character, man.
Tank, you're awfully quiet.
I'm reading a chat. Sorry.
Trail, I don't think you said a word since I've been in here.
Trail Critter hasn't.
I also, I don't know if you guys follow like any of like the diecast car racing channels or anything like that. I have recently got into like diecast car racing. It's not something I do. I just watch it like when I'm eating dinner or whatever. They're actually really, really good. And so basically just take Hot Wheels and racing on these tracks. But these guys, they do it in a very, it's like you're watching a real life race, but it's all Hot Wheels.
I see those guys. I've seen those guys.
And they're really cool. And you know, this is not made for kids. You know, kids can watch it, but YouTube has directly said that they are, you know, that is going to be considered a child-targeted channel. And
they also did the thing with RCs.
What?
One thing with smaller RCs on a track.
What about intent? Like, I mean, they gotta, you know.
COPPA requires intent. COPPA requires intent. You have got to intend on targeting children. You cannot accidentally do it. They have got to prove intent for that crime.
I wonder how they would prove it. I mean, I guess depending upon what the ad looked like and what they had to do.
Now, that doesn't mean that they got to come out and show that you know, okay. So for example, murder requires intent. Manslaughter, not so much. Murder, you have to have intent. And so if you if you pull out a gun and shoot somebody, you can't say, well, you know, I never intended to kill that person. You never heard me say I wanted to kill that person. You don't have it in writing that I wanted to kill that person. I just happened to shoot in their direction and kill them. They're going to say, no, your actions say otherwise. And so they can do that with COPPA too. They can look at your actions and say, no, you're very clearly targeting children, but it's not something that you're going to do accidentally. Like, you have got to really go for it. You've got to purposely do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, just like Particle Man is saying, YouTube is making it look worse than it is for their own reasons.
Yeah, 100%. That's giving them the green light to axe whatever it is they want to get rid of.
Yeah,
That's
like
probably true.
people who are not monetized.
Yeah, I think that would rub people the wrong way, because then how does anyone ever post a new video if they're not monetized?
Because
You know
YouTube
what?
wants us to blame FT and not them. That's why.
That's the biggest reason, because I did want to protect my butt on the other things that COPPA talks about, but I was more worried that they were just going to take me off because I'm not monetized. That was what worried me the most, actually.
Well,
If you're
it's
not
just like
monetized, COPPA's
But
not
that's a
gonna touch you.
small worry. I mean, getting
If-
fined money if you're a big
if-
creator, I guess. would
if
kinda
you
suck.
if you are monetized, if you are not monetized, the FTC can't touch you. You can violate COPPA as long as you're not getting paid. You can
I'm not
take
trying to I'm not trying to violate.
No, what I'm saying is if you get children's information and data and stuff, COPPA doesn't even apply to you if you're not
Well,
making money.
here's a good example for COPPA, and is it a child channel or not? Dude Perfect. Like,
Yeah.
is Dude Perfect a 10 and under channel? Because I don't think it is.
It's not. Now YouTube may consider them to be, targeting children or whatever, but the FTC would not. The FTC would not fine Dude Perfect.
So what
YouTube-
kind of, like, how are they going to police this type of deal? Like, is it just simply YouTube's going to police themselves what they think violates COPPA, or
Yes.
is the FCC going to be like, hey, we're going to be keeping a close eye on you, kind of like how they do those alcohol things where they send people in to see if they're checking IDs and they try to bust stores who, because they're underage, bought alcohol or whatever. They send little stingers in or whatever you want to call them. Are they going to?
The FTC has tools to search YouTube for content. What I imagine they're going to do is they're going to manually look at the top channels. Like they're just going to Ryan's Toy Reviews. They're probably going to manually look at a handful of the top biggest channels and go for them first, because they are the ones that have the money to pay for fines and stuff like that.
Yeah, and kind of set the bar.
But they also have
That's
actually
Boy.
funny. That's a win right there, man. Someone write that song. That would be a great parody. Someone needs to make that a video. But I forgot what I was going to say, man. Thanks a lot, RC Basher. You screwed up my train of thought.
There you go, RC Basher boy. Terrible.
I know
The,
Epic RC wants to hear me go on another rant.
I was upset that they would probably take me off because I'm taking up space that I'm not monetized. If I'm not monetized, I was going.
Nah, you're not taking up that much space. How long are your videos? Are they?
I had one that was over 40 minutes long, but that never got on there because I said
Yeah, the time they compress that, how big of a file is that?
No, you're not big enough for it to matter. Oh no, I know what I was going to say. So what they're going to do is they're going to go after the bigger channels like Ryan's Toy Reviews, stuff like that, and they're going to probably set some examples with those guys to try to scare the rest of us. But they have tools that they are going to search YouTube for, and YouTube also has tools that they can search YouTube for child content, and they're going to take a look at each individual channel that comes up with these flags and what have you. But the FTC, if they do find like a violation or whatever, they're probably not going to fine you and go after you right away, unless you were just, you'd have to be really doing something wrong. but they're going to send you a letter and tell you to stop first. They're going to send you like a
A
cease and
warning.
desist. Yeah, yeah. They're going to let you know. They're not going to come at you with a SWAT team kicking in your door, confiscating your RC cars. Nothing like that.
Yeah, confiscating your RC cars.
And my son-
This is the FCC. Like, you are advertising to kids and stuff. I'm just gonna go to one of your all's houses and like knock on the door and pretend I'm from the FCC and be like, yeah, you gotta give
The
me your RC.
FTC. You confusing
FTC?
FCC and FTC. Yeah, the FCC.
Axiomatic said FCC, so that's what I had just read. It was in my head. So it's FTC.
Well, if the government really knew how much these cars cost, they might actually do it like they put them up for auction, like they do actual cars, because they're so expensive.
Oh yeah, that'd be
So-
my kind of auction.
my son,
You
my-
get $1,000 car for $2 or something.
my son actually listened to a video game channel, which is it's a French guy, a polo video. And he made a video saying that he's going to quit at the new year because of this COPA thing. And my son listened to the whole video about $40,000 fine and all that. And after the video, he came to me, goes, "Oh my God, Dad, do you know that you can get a fine? Are you going to get a fine? Like you're talking about our season, their toys," and he's all worried for me. At 10 years old, he's there telling me, "Are you going to quit? Are you going to stop videos?" Because he is, and people are going to stop, and all of my favorite channels are stopping, and like it's crazy. Even he's worried about it. He's scared.
I think that little box that they have that you check if it's made for kids or not. I basically think that's as deep as it's gonna go, except like top like level like channels that are making good money on ads. I think they're just gonna demonetize them, give them a warning, and say, "Hey, you can't be making videos like this." There's a channel you should check out if you want to see where it's like a gaming channel, but they're not actually even doing any gaming. They're like, "Big box shows up at my door. What's in it?" But the intensity level, oh my God, like an adult could not watch it because these kids are unbearable. I don't know. You probably might have heard of them. They faked their own death and stuff a long time ago. They pretended they were dying.
Oh my God.
They're super famous,
yes.
but they picked back up. And those are the kind of channels those are the channels they could go at, because their whole thing is, you have to have the mental capacity of an 8-year-old, 10-year-old kid to watch these fools unbox stuff that no one just randomly sent this to their house. Like, the kids can't distinguish that, where we know they're fools, and you're like, oh my God, like, look at how they're acting. Like this is an act. But if you're honestly doing something, trying to show how things work, like even if I think it was the Legos thing, like you're not, as long as you're not trying to sell a Lego set, what are they gonna do to you?
But that's the thing as well, Tom. What happens to people that do Lego videos?
Lego, well, see,
Because let's be honest, there is a few categories of Legos. You got those Legos that are for kids, for toys and stuff like that. And then you have those like the Star Wars franchise. You got things like that are not for kids. I subscribe to Republic Attack. The guy, he does not monetize his videos, unfortunately. Everyone asks him for him to monetize his videos because he does amazing videos. And he recently, was like a year or 2 years ago, he came back from work to find out that his house was broken in, but no one stole his stuff. They just broke all of the Legos and stole some of the Legos. There was money, there was computers and stuff like that, but no one touched that. They just stole the Legos. So for people like them, what happens to them? The ones that monetize their videos.
From the YouTube, the way they are right now, YouTube are going to stop those channels because of YouTube. FTC, on the other hand, I think the FTC are going to look at that, and they're going to see like the Star Wars Legos and stuff like that, and they're going to look at the analytics of the people watching these channels, and the FTC has said that they understand there's a difference between child-directed content and content that isn't directed toward children. And you know, like the Star Wars stuff, that could go either way. And you know, they even use the example about, you know, sports like baseball and stuff. Baseball, clearly they market stuff toward children. You go to the like a Braves game, and there's tons of stuff for kids there, right? But really, it's for the adults. And these Legos are basically the same thing. We know that, you know, kids are probably the target audience for it, but adults love Legos too. Lots of adults have Legos. I think Hasbro has come out and said that the age group that buys their toys are in their 30s. That is their demographic. That is their target audience. Or
Lego?
No, not for Legos, for Transformers.
Oh,
Yeah, they're saying Transformers, the people in their 30s are the ones that buy most of their stuff. And I don't know what it is for Lego. I just know that's what it is for Transformers. So it wouldn't surprise me if Legos are the same way. Because I have lots of adult friends. I know a lot of them with Legos. I got one dude. He's a grown man with 2 kids, a wife, and he has got a room with a wall full of Lego sets. And even some of these Lego sets are not marketed to kids. Like I actually have the Lego Mustang. The Lego Mustang is not marketed to kids. You can see it in the ads they show you. There is a full-grown adult in a super nice apartment with this Lego Mustang sitting on his coffee table as a centerpiece. You know, like it's very obvious that these are not, you know, just for kids. And the FTC, I think, will understand that. And if they don't, I think they're going to give a letter to these people to tell them to stop. They're not just straight going to sue them. However, I think YouTube is not going to differentiate between these people, and YouTube is just going to, you know, shut them down.
Is it something to do with the ads itself, though? Like, so say you have a channel that's considered somewhat kid-friendly. YouTube, like, they don't know, I guess they probably do know the age of the user watching the video, because isn't it an ad type of deal? Because I mean, you can make some for kids, and then like you guys said, if you're not making money from it, what does it matter? But if I choose to monetize it, I don't get to select the ads that YouTube plays in front of it. I think that that's a problem there. Like, why can't I just say, yeah, I mean, kids could, but don't put any kid ads. Then I'm not targeting a kid. So if a kid watches it, he doesn't need the whatever Dollar Shave Club. He doesn't have facial hair.
It's not about the ads. It's not about ads. It's about your content bringing kids to see the ads is what it is.
That's
but if they're not putting the ads that would target them, what do they care what the ad is?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are targeting children with your content. See what I'm saying? You are the kids are not coming to the channel for the ads. The kids are coming to the channel for your content.
But what's it hurt a kid if he looks at Legos?
Let me finish. So you are attracting children to your channel is what you're doing. All right. That's what you're trying to get kids to watch your channel. Whenever the kid comes to watch your channel, that's when they get the data from those kids, right? For the ads. The ad is irrelevant. The ad is irrelevant. Whatever the ad is, it doesn't matter. The kid is not there because of the ad. The kid is there because of your content, because of your channel. And that is how how YouTube is getting the data of the child. So it doesn't matter what the ads are. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it's the data that they're getting from the child. Okay, I see that makes sense. Because who cares what ad they see? YouTube's going to take the data from the kid to eventually target them an ad.
Right. That's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, I see what you're saying there. So then why can't YouTube just not? I guess maybe are they not going to run targeted ads anymore?
Okay, because targeted ads make so much more money. Like I think someone has said it's like 80 or 90% more money is gained from targeted ads than just general ads.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd rather be able to choose my ads up for my site if that was what was going on. We should be able to have the choice.
Yeah, well, that would get too complicated. The whole great thing is you just say, yeah, put ads in my video, and YouTube sorts it all out. They're the ones, with all the stuff.
That's the thing is YouTube's that put the ads. It's not us that's choosing the ads.
Right. And see,
and-
the thing
And that
is, with,
created the conflict.
and see, I don't know. I'm not sure why ads that relate to the video do not pay as much as ads that are targeted people. I'm not sure why there's such a difference in price in that. Because I mean, if I'm watching an RC car channel, you know, if you are advertising different RC cars, a new Crichton comes out, if you were to advertise the Crichton RC or whatever on a YouTube channel, that is something very clearly that I would be, you know, have some kind of interest in, right? However, you're probably going to get the same kind of information from me from the videos that I do watch. If I watch a Lego channel, advertise me with, you know, Lego related stuff, or you could even do it outside of YouTube and find out what kind of stuff that people look at. Like let's say you could take the Amazon data, all right? You see what people buy from Amazon. People, you see it all the time. You go to Amazon, you'll look at something and say, people that look at this also look at this. You
I've
know?
seen that.
And so they're not really targeting you on what you buy. They are targeting you based off what other people have bought together with this item.
Mm.
And so I don't know why that isn't as valuable as targeting ads. I mean, I actually have a degree in applied graphics and advertising, and I've done lots of work with advertising and stuff like that. I don't know from the YouTube side of things. I don't know how come ads that are targeted are so much, you know, why they are so much more expensive than ads that are not targeted. I don't know if when YouTube started doing their ads and selling ads to companies or the ad space to companies, I don't know if they just said that, hey, you know, targeted ads are going to pay, you know, we charge, you know, this much for targeted ads, but we only charge this much for like general ads. And then YouTube just won't raise their prices for the other ads. I don't know why that it is that way from YouTube's side, but that makes sense to me that YouTube would just put, you know, if ads that relate to the video on the video. So I don't know if they're doing that.
I think people with Hot Wheels are gonna have a problem too, like Legos.
YouTube
I
actually
just
said,
think it.
YouTube has specifically said that, you know, channels with Hot Wheels are going to be considered for kids.
I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny that if you go to Amazon and look something up, and you turn around and go to your Facebook, an hour later, you got ads for what you just looked for on Amazon and Facebook.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I've had that happen for things I've been talking about. Then you
But
see an ad. There was that
that's-
whole conspiracy.
Okay.
I believe that one.
Something
That's
funny.
Google.
Okay, something funny. So I told you guys that I 3D print stuff. I actually take other people's like art and models and stuff, and I turn them into action figures. I 3D print and sell these action figures, right? So one thing I would do is I will reverse engineer action figures. And so actually, we were talking about, you know, China from earlier. I bought this Gwen because I wanted to see how her joints were made, so that I could reverse engineer the joints and use these in some of the figures that I make, right? And every once in a while, I will do that. I will look at a figure and say, hey, this figure's got really interesting joints. I'll buy that figure, and so I can reverse engineer it. Well, and so, well, what I did was I looked at these anime mech girl things or something. They have like these big mechs and stuff on them. And I looked at one of them and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But they're like $70 a piece. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy one of these things, right? And so for the next month, every ad on Facebook and on Google for these anime girls, which I had never bought.
I hate when you buy it and they still show you ads. And you're like, dude, I bought that last week.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
You know, you're like,
You
show
go
me
on
something
Amazon
new.
and buy something.
Yes, I just bought an Ender 3. Yeah. Ender 3, you can see it off of there and behind me. And
That's what
and
I
I'm still
have.
getting ads for the Ender 3. I'm like, why are you advertising me the Ender 3? I bought the thing already. It gives me filament. Filament is what I need. That's the thing that you do. You know, if I buy a printer, advertise filament. That's what I need.
I got to
But-
start printing again. It's been a while since I've had a print. I keep saying I'm going to do it. I don't know why I don't do it. Sometimes my laziness is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, I just test. This is my test print off the Ender 3. It's banana.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
So
what do you think? You think Jang was very worried. Everybody saw it on his face. He was so worried. Man looked like he was gonna collapse. But I wonder if you go back to RCs and get out of Legos, because it's easier to regulate with that than the Legos. 'Cause he used to do cars.
See, I've seen the video of that guy talking. Like, I don't know. Apparently, this guy is like really big in the community, and he's someone I don't think I've ever heard of. But he for him, this is how he makes his living, right? And he probably put everything in his life in order to make a living off of YouTube, off this particular type of content. And now that he's not going to be able to do that, I mean, just imagine you losing your job, like whatever you went to school for. All of a sudden, that field that you have spent your life, getting ready for, to prepare for, to make a living at, all of a sudden just vanishes and disappears. I mean, he may not have any other marketable skills. I'm not talking bad about the guy. I don't know the guy, but some people don't have any skills outside of what they are. I used to be a certified welder. I know people that do sheet metal and welding, and they have no skills outside of welding. They're fantastic welders. They're great at it. But if they were ever to lose their job as a welder, it's like, well, I don't know what else to do. They have no computer skills. They don't have any skills for anything like that.
Don't have any good skills. Girls only want guys that have good skills.
Jang did have it out when he started the radio control stuff. He did have a job, but I forgot what it was. So he does have the ability to do that again. But I'm just wondering.
Always jobs. It's the quality of jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, see, I have a degree in applied graphics and advertising, and I used to do stuff like printers and printing. I used to work for the third largest printer in the world. The thing is, my education is so out of date. There's probably no way I could get back into that. There's like, hey, when did you go to school? Oh, well, like 22 years ago.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm in my field. That's kind of all I know. I don't know how to do like anything else really. So it's just like, you got to keep your hustle strong, because if anything F's up, I'd be screwed. I can't go get a tech job. Like, I mean, I'm pretty savvy with computers, but someone who knows computers, I'm an idiot, compared to my dad. Yeah, I'm a genius.
Right. So, I make stuff in ZBrush all the time. I've always been like a graphic artist, and I learned in 3D Studio Max and 3D programs back in the day. And so, currently I'm, I make, I made a game in DOS one time, but I'm really good at making stuff, but I'm not very efficient at it. Like, for example, this is a test print of a head I made recently, and this head took me about 40 hours to make this in 3D. And it's not because it should have taken me that long. It's just that I'm not that efficient at but yeah, you can see on the big screen.
3D printer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like my video editing. I'm so distracted by my phone.
But this is actually really cleverly engineered, where it comes apart, because the way 3D printers work is anything that supports hang on to break off really easily. And so this hair will break off very easily. So this part is designed to print upside down, so the supports are on the bottom that come off.
Oh, yeah.
This one is designed to print right side up, because you don't have a whole lot to take the supports off, but you get a really good looking top half of it. And so that way you get the support side here and the support side here. It comes together, and now you have a very good looking hair sculpt that doesn't have any place where you can see the supports from.
The supports are so like key. Like when I first started, I was having all kinds of issues. I didn't really know how to use the slicer. I was using like Kira, right? And I didn't know how to do a bunch of stuff. Once it started doing those supports, it does like these like little like thin, like bars, to support it. It made all the difference. The only thing cool I printed was the interior for my Bronco, and I haven't really printed anything since. But the price of it on Shapeways, I bought a printer and printed it and still have all kinds of filament.
Right. The well, I mean, I make stuff for 3D printing all the time too. I don't know if you guys saw the Alita Battle Angel movie, but I engineered a motorball from it.
Oh, nice.
And it does this.
In the turns, nice.
Oh, that's cool
What's that
stuff.
from?
The Alita Battle Angel movie.
I did once print a fuel jug. So.
Oh, Battle Angel.
Yeah.
Battle Angel, yeah.
So check that
Awesome.
movie out. You haven't seen it, and this is a little stand I made to go on it, and nice chrome paint and everything.
Yeah, the
Oh,
paint
you got
looks
a bunch
pretty
of
good.
gears in there.
Do what?
You have gears to make those things turn.
Right,
What's-
right. So this I can actually take it apart.
You printed the
What-
gears as well.
Yep.
What's the tolerance?
It depends on the piece.
Okay.
You're talking about millimeters there, less than
Right,
millimeters.
right. So actually, let me grab.
Put your
this over here.
micrometer on those.
I'll be back in a second.
It's just like a diff gear.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks like a diff gear.
I wonder what the weather's gonna be like, man. I've been captivated, kind of just stuck inside. I want to like get out and play with some RC trucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder what the weather's
Alright,
gonna be like
so-
tomorrow, but we already are tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wow, it's 9 o'clock. It's late for me, guys. Whew, usually I'm in bed
All
by
right,
now.
so
12,
Clock.
12
5
a.m.
o'clock.
so this right here is my final motor ball. This is actually a really good one. Really, I don't know if you can see the detail on it, but it's got lots of weathering and scrapes and stuff like that on there. But what's cool, if you see these lines, you see how crisp and clear those lines are? That silver piece and that black piece are two different pieces. This is the piece printed, and it's got supports on there. The supports are still on there, but this black piece is actually goes on there as a separate piece. And
you
that
print
is,
silver.
you just, well, this is all, I don't think I can take this off without breaking it into pieces, but all these supports, yeah, all these
fine
supports,
printing. Holy cow.
yeah, it is. All these supports actually come out of that. And so this is like a little dome, and it slides down over on top of that silver pieces. It's cut out in
Yeah.
such a way that it slides down.
Like a
That's how,
puzzle.
Now,
Yeah.
just for that small little black piece, how many days did it take to print?
not long. It's about like 2 hours.
2
Okay.
hours. Yeah.
That's even a long time for something that small.
And so here is an Alita model that I printed out and painted and everything.
Oh, wow, that's a cool paint job. What kind of fill density are you using? Because I noticed that that's like what really determines the time on the prints is that fill density. Like, I don't know what's optimal or what's minimum, you know, it's like such a learning process.
It depends on the piece. Like these right here, this is printed on the FDM printer. I have it like a 10% is the fill, which it doesn't really matter because it's really hollow. And this head is engineered in such a way that the head itself is hollow. Take it apart. Yeah,
That little thing looks like a D&D figure.
yeah, it's what it looks like. So the head is hollow itself. So there's nothing inside of it. The it really depends on the piece, on how you need it, how solid it needs to be. Here's a test print of an arm, and it is it's solid. Well, I mean, it's not solid. It's like 10% density inside of it. So it just depends on what you're doing with it and what you are intending. Like a model that is supposed to be put up like this is actually printed on a resin printer. This is not printed on an FDM printer. This is printed on any photon. And so that photon will print so small, it is crazy. There's these pieces, like, I don't know if you can see the pieces inside, but you can't really tell the pieces. There's small pieces inside there that are so small, it will print a hole so tiny, you cannot put a needle through it.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
that's how small some of these pieces are.
It's like less than a,
Nice.
well, no, it's even way less than a hair. Dang.
Right. Point,
A hair is a 1,000th, right?
something like that. The when I was doing this right here, I was changing my print tolerance, trying to get this to fit perfectly. It was I think like 0.01 millimeters is how much of the tolerance I was changing at a time until I could get this piece to fit right on those silver pieces. So you can really print small objects with these printers.
Maybe I'll have to get a print going tomorrow.
Let me get my caliper and see how thin these pieces are. These pieces are really, really thin.
I really hope Axial releases an SMT10 monster truck by the end of the month. That'd be pretty cool.
Which one?
The monster truck, is it the SMT-10?
Yeah, but which monster truck?
I don't know. I don't know my monster trucks. Isn't the SMT-10 like
No,
the
no, I
truck?
meant,
The body it's got.
That's
On
the
an
fifth.
MST,
It's
Or
the
my book.
chassis. You're saying?
yeah. I was asking
SMT10 is
what
the chassis, but you can have different bodies on it.
Yeah, the body is what I
Oh,
was
okay.
thinking.
I thought it only came with that
there's
Gravedigger
also a
body.
CST and MST.
I want them to release that in the kit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Wait. Is that
He
Trail Critter? Is
speaks.
that a Titan? Is
He
that
wants a
Titan?
kid.
He speaks. He's talking about you, Trailer.
Was that?
Trail Critter, is that what RC is that you have in your hands?
Oh, this is my son's little Titan, Teton, however you want to say that.
I just bought one of those for my friend for his son.
Oh, they're fun.
Oh,
He boots around the
Well, guys, it's a little bit after midnight. We'll do a round table, say goodbye to everybody, and we'll stay in the chat and chit chat about different stuff. So we'll start the round table, and we'll start with Brad.
thanks for everybody. Look for that McDonald's commercial with the Arma in it. You'll find that interesting.
What?
Cool. RC
There's a
propaganda.
McDonald's commercial that shows Horizon Arma kit box where these couples looking for toys,
Oh,
and it's in there. Both of them. They had a McDonald's commercial and a Horizon commercial all in one.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
RC propaganda.
Good chats. Thanks for having me.
GMRC.
Good time, guys. I'll see you guys later, and hit the thumbs up when you guys leave. Tank will enjoy it.
Thank you very
Thumbs up,
much.
doodle.
Tuga RC.
All right, guys, thank you very much for having us. And since there's 22 people watching, don't forget to hit that big like button, please. And I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you very much. Trail Critter RC.
Thanks for having me, Tank. Sorry I didn't say much tonight. I was more interested in what Tom had to say. And happy
All good.
Christmas, everyone.
Same thing with me. I was listening a lot. Tom.
yeah. Thank you for having me again. It was really cool. Thanks for the comments, questions. Not that there was a lot of them, but if you guys have any more questions about copper or anything else, just let me know. I'll be happy to help you out any way I can. Thank you so much for having me. I guess that's it.
Yeah, and next time maybe we can talk more about printing, 3D printing, or even some of the RC stuff you do on your YouTube channel.
You're just
Oh,
a wealth of knowledge, Tom.
Oh, that'd be. Thank you.
I think we should promote Tom to our YouTube lawyer.
Yeah, true. So thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in tonight and with RC Talk. And don't forget, next week, 9:30, we're going to talk about RC again, and we're going to be giving out a Tamiya RC kit. So if you want a Tamiya RC kit, tune in next week at 9:30. And during the night, I'm not sure when during the night, but we'll do a draw to win this. And you have to be Canadian resident or US resident to win. So,
Damn it.
hey,
Damn it. I'm gonna have
sorry.
I feel bad for Dugan.
I'm gonna have to move in there.
For the contest only.
Just for a week.
Yes, Axio, this was RC Talk. We did talk about RC. We talked about YouTube. We talked about a whole bit different subject all over the map tonight again. But we had fun and we learned a lot of things. So thanks, guys. And on your way out, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, ring the bell for the next notification, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks. Talk to you guys later.